Solid, man. That shit is hard. I played a Wayne verse, but that's too much. What y'all saying?
Where the air horns at?
Oh, it's right here. I got it. Y'all said something messed up, man. I was coming to play that, but welcome everybody to the show. How are y'all doing this week? This is episode 199, one episode away from 2000. And then I'm in the process of moving. It's a lot. I have a lot to do before tomorrow. Okay, let me ask y'all a question. If I'm moving tomorrow, if you tell Cox to cut your internet off on the 28th, do they cut it off at 12 p.m., like 12 a.m. tonight? Or do they cut it off tomorrow? Like when you wake up? See, I don't know how that works. Or when you move into the new place. It's probably going to be
some weird ass time in the middle of the night.
I was going to guess.
I wouldn't have cut it off at all, bro. You should have just hit them up like, yo, I'm going to be in a new spot on this day. Transfer on this day.
See, I thought, okay, that's what I did. But they said you had to. See, I thought you had to cut it off when you did that.
Mine didn't. I just kept like the same account. I kept it on. And then whenever I moved, I was like, just transfer my shit. And it was like some little remote shit they did. They didn't even have to come to the crib.
Yep.
They just like cut it on.
Real. See, you right.
And it was automatic. Like I
everything's probably gonna turn off at 3 a.m. tonight. Like
it's
at like 3.
Fuck, bro.
So I gotta
be hurt.
I gotta get everything. I gotta get everything edited and uploaded before tomorrow. So if you listen to this and it's late, y'all know why my internet cut off. But if you listen to it on the right proper time, that mean I was Superman, nigga, and y'all should fuck with us. But we fuck with y'all for listening, man. Let me introduce my niggas, man. Brooklyn, what is up, my guy? How are you doing this week, sir?
Doing good, baby. Doing good. You know what I'm saying? Thea was at the lake house with her country folks, so you know I was big chilling this weekend. I ain't really do much, to be honest with you. I was sitting my ass at home,
just enjoying yourself, man. You was just taking a deep breath because I gotta say. You're a damn good daddy, B, man. I'm proud of you, bro. Like, I know I never tell you this, like, ever, but, like, I think men should tell each other that, man. You do good jobs, fam. So, like, you probably enjoyed your break.
I did. I was like, at first, I had, like, a list of shit I was going to do, and then I thought about it, and I was like, nigga, if you don't go grab that beer and sit down. And that's what I did all day yesterday. I played 2K for, like, the first time in forever and shit.
Isn't that fire? Like I started playing COD again. I'm waiting for Doom to hit me up, man. I'm back in it, Doom. I'm back here.
Hey, it's whenever you ready, bro. Whenever you ready, man.
I'm swear once I'm in the new spot, it's over with because I'm back. I had to delete everything off my PlayStation, mind you. I hate that Call of Duty takes up that much fucking space. Like
yeah, that's insane.
I literally only downloaded Warzone in multiplayer, and I only have like 200 megabytes left. That's maybe one game more. So like, I gotta be very careful on which game I add. Bro, it's fucking horrible. Doom, though. Me and Doom was back when they made the file smaller. When you first got on that bitch, that shit was huge. That shit was huge. It was like it took up all my PlayStation legitimately when it first came. I'm happy they made it smaller.
I got a terabyte on my shit, and Call of Duty by itself take up at least 70% of the storage.
That's fucking nuts.
It's like all 3 games. They got Warzone, Cold War, and Modern Warfare.
Yep, and campaigns for both of them are huge. But Doom, how you doing this week, bro? Fresh cut. I see you, man. I feel
man.
you,
I'm trying to not look crazy out here, man. They about to start bringing my ass back to the office, like the remote shit is coming.
So you about to have to go back in? Oh
no! Yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Welcome back to society, nigga. I've been having to go to the office for months.
Right, that's get your ass up.
That shit crazy, bro. Well, the reason why is because the company that I work for, they based out of California.
Okay.
California was like the strictest niggas. They was tripping. So I guess they didn't want to like bring one branch back while the other niggas was still at home. So they was like, we could just bring everybody at the same time. So we was waiting on California, and now California like, all right, nigga, we open. So it's time to go back.
Okay. See, so you gonna be back in the morning? You gonna have to wake up early again?
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be fucked up, man, to start waking up at like 6 a.m.
Some fucking pants on now.
Had to start like wearing slacks and shit again, man.
Vomit.
Nigga, I will be at the crib in my drawers, bro.
You gotta put on the pants.
Nigga. be Zoom meeting up like a motherfucker. I got a little stand on the side of my desk, and I just got like a little collar shirt whenever we got to do the video meetings, and I just throw the collar shirt on, still in my drawers. As soon as that bitch over, take it off.
I don't blame you. See, Bino, that's why I'm glad we are in a profession. Unless like I switch to TV, which I don't see for the foreseeable future. For a while, I'm gonna stick in my radio audio bag because I'm killing it right now. I got something to tell y'all off air. I can't tell y'all on air because it's some shit. But you feel me when you can wear whatever you want to the studio, nigga. Don't matter.
I be pulling up in all kinds of crazy shit. Like maybe one day I pull up with the bandana on. Another day I pull up, I got on like the short shorts. I come in there with all kind of different shit on.
Bro, I be wearing flip-flops sometimes, my nigga. Flip-flops and socks, chilling, nigga. Basketball shorts, got my shirt on. It don't matter as long as I sound good. Now they might start live streaming our shit, so I'm about to have to look. I'm about to have to look right because like I could talk about some of it. They asked me my thoughts on like how to, because I'm about to get like an upgrade and like what I think we should do. And I was talking about like live stream, YouTube and shit. So when all my shows over there, which are about to be more, which I'll tell y'all off here, about to be maybe live streamed. So I don't know, but I'm enjoying it right now. I can go to work in PJs if I want, nigga. Like obviously I wouldn't do that, but I could.
But now he got to do a dope shirt. I mean, this motherfucker said he got to put on slacks. Dude,
whoa, nigga.
Nigga, it was even worse when I was at MGM.
Oh, I believe that.
Oh, no, I believe that.
Button down ties, nigga. Like, you gotta be on point, man.
Nigga said Steve Harvey.
At least this one is more relaxed. You can wear like a collar shirt and you still gotta be, business casual.
Business casual, yeah, no, for sure. Right. See, that's the one thing I can say about radio and TV. You can, as long as you're not in front of the camera on TV, you can wear whatever the fuck you want. And like, yo, the first time I'm gonna have to wear slacks in about, when's the last time I wore it? Probably a funeral in like months. I gotta wear it on my birthday because my girlfriend, when we go eat, she gonna wear a dress and she want me to.
Yeah, where y'all going?
Probably the Pamplona, nigga. That's the best restaurant in Lafayette. Don't be fooled. Like, let me tell the camera.
I thought you was gonna say Rafino's. That's what everybody goes.
See, okay. Let me be honest with y'all. Rafino's, that used to be my spot. My girl, like, because she's trying to be a chef and whatnot. She apprenticed over there for a little bit,
right?
And it's not all fire behind the curtain. It's not all fire.
I feel like that's every restaurant though.
I'm not gonna put their business on blast, but like, not everything's fresh though. But like at Pamplona, the price is worth what you getting.
Right.
Like it's like, dude, and B might know, but it's like small inside. Not everybody can go there, nigga. And if you get in there,
that shit do be exclusive. Like half the time they open up for something, it be exclusive as fuck.
And they always have events on holidays. Like it's exclusive as fuck. Like best restaurant in Lafayette is slept. Like not a lot of niggas know it because of the Rufinos, the Ruth Chris's, the Charlie G's, nigga. But like Pamplona, that's the wave. That's the wave.
I feel like Lafayette got a fire little restaurant scene.
I don't know.
They do. They really do. And like, I know this isn't the Lafayette segment, but for all the listeners outside of Louisiana and Lafayette, just bear with us. They do. Like, there's like a good hipster food scene with things like Viva La Waffle, French Press, like just like not the chain restaurants, the local things that are trying to do cooler, quote unquote, cuisine. Like it's fire. I'm not gonna lie. Central Pizza.
Other than New Orleans, there is no other place that you should be trying food at when you come to Louisiana, because all of it's chain restaurants. Baton Rouge is chain restaurants from the time you get over there to the time you exit East Baton Rouge Parish.
Baton Rouge is a legitimate college town. Like, and if it's not a college town, it's a hood. You're in a hood location. Like, they got some. Sure. They got some gyms in Baton Rouge, but like Brooklyn said, it's mostly chains, nigga, because of LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lafayette is the only, and I'm not eating in Lake Charles, nigga. Fuck.
You got me fucked up. Why would you be doing that? You don't even like yourself if you do some shit like that. Like,
you might as well just wait till you cross over and get to Beaumont, nigga, and eat there before you eat, or go to Houston, nigga, and before you eat in Lake Charles.
Salmonella, real quick. Hold on.
And I'm not eating at Shreveport neither, nigga. Fuck that.
Shreveport is like fucking like Baton Rouge, ain't it? But chain. So same thing with this shit over here in Monroe. It's ass.
Oh,
No
damn.
restaurants for the most part. They got some local shit, but for the most part, chain restaurants rule.
See, Doom, is Las Vegas? I feel like Las Vegas got to have like the low key spots. Like I feel like it's not all tourist and chain.
It's not. They got a lot of. They call it like it's a foodie city.
Okay.
Like it's just hella restaurants and they do like a bunch.
I always
of
see
weird
y'all on
shit.
TikTok. Like always see niggas talking about Vegas is one of the best food attractions.
Yeah, they got some decent spots, but I think for me, like I missed going to Lafayette where they got restaurants that's really about the food. Like a lot of the places here, bro, they'll have like those little TikTok spots. It'll be about the experience more so than the food. Like there's restaurants where you can go in there and there's like a fucking hidden room that turned into a club and shit. Niggas like, oh, you gotta check this shit out. And it's like, but the food ass, like is all that shit. And it's cool. You get to take some Instagram pics and shit. But the food ass, like
the ice bar.
Yeah, something like that. Like that's one of them. But I feel like when you go to Lafayette, you can go to a fucking hood spot, like a little spot that's you look at the outside, you like, nigga, I don't know if this a house or a restaurant or what, and go get the best shit of your life, bro.
That's a
you
fact.
Know what I'm saying? Like
that's a fact. And they got a lot of underground like plate lunch people now doing shit in Lafayette. Bro. It's a lot. Like so. Shout out to Lafayette food scene. But all right, let's get into it, man. We got a lot to get into this week. Like I said, this is the final week in the OG studio. Rest in peace. Like, and by the time you hear this, shit, I think we're Brooklyn. We 3 years deep in this bitch. Is it 3? We go
3.
All right, so yeah, 3-year anniversaries like this week. So shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to my niggas, man. I appreciate y'all being on this journey with us. Shout out to B, shout out to Doom, shout out to Schubert, shout out to Justin, shout out to Chrissa, Ian, Mo Black. Shout out to everybody who works with us, Christian, the whole network. Whether you was on the network before, shout out to Cam, Nick Grand. Shout out to Lucia, London. Shout out to everybody who's been on the network. Julian. Shout out to my guy, Charles. Fuck with all of y'all. This is the 3-year anniversary. Going on year 4. Year 4, we got some big changes. Trust me. Niggas about to go on tour. Me and Chris about to go on tour. Me and Schubert about to go on tour. Shit's about to be lit. If these two niggas live by me, people beg for us to do... People beg for us to host shit. And I'm always like, it's not the right time. Like niggas will call me, be like, "Yo, we want BrosWhoThink to come do a live pod." I'm like, unless you got a monitor and some Wi-Fi, nigga, it's not about to happen. I need a projector.
Nah, we need to figure that shit out.
Or if y'all want to pay for my niggas to fly here, it's either one or two things. You give me a projector, or you give me money to get these niggas here, and we'll do it. But if not, nigga, y'all better just wait. Y'all just gotta wait. But when we do it, oh, that's gonna be a moment. That's gonna be a moment. Like, I can't lie to y'all. As fun as like podding is each week, when me and Krista did that live show, that shit was different.
Yeah, I could imagine.
That shit sound fire. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, that shit is different. It's a different beast because people get to, get into it. But we got a lot to get into. Y'all saw the verses? I know me and Doom was watching the verses.
I watched the whole thing. That was the first one where I tuned in from like the pre-show all the way through to the end.
Same.
That was the first one. And I'm saying they had some legendary ass verses, but it was something about this one. It kept me entertained the whole time, bro.
Is this one? I don't want to say it. I'm not gonna say it's the best.
It was the most.
I'm gonna say it.
It was the most. I knew it was gonna be because Soulja Boy is the greatest performer of all time. I said it. I don't give a fuck what Michael Jackson said. Big Draco, best performer of all time. I'm sorry, MJ. I'm sorry. But he one of the most entertaining. You out your mind saying he the best performer, but I was entertained. Big Draco, man. I was entertained. Shad did his thing too. Got to give Shad his props.
He did. That's one thing that I will say. I underestimated Bow, and I want to apologize to this man publicly, bro. I doubted him, and he put on a fucking show. Like, there was a lot of times in the show where I was like, it's looking slow for Big Draco, man.
It was
slow for him.
I didn't like that he played his Make It Clap song 3 times. Didn't like it.
Yeah, he fucked up with that.
And Versus was using She Make It Clap as the song they were using to promo the event. So I was like, bro, why did you even think I should play that right now? If they've been using that shit to promote the fucking event the entire week, the entire month.
Big Draco said, "I don't give a fuck. My song going #1 again." I don't blame him.
He did have like a current viral ass song, so I don't doubt him. Like I don't blame him for taking advantage of that.
Also,
I'm sure it got because there was a live audience, so I'm sure that got the audience vibing. You know what I'm saying?
The audience was whack. Let's be honest. The niggas in the crowd was whack. They wasn't putting their hands up when Shad was asking or when Soulja was asking. Also, I don't know if I liked Academics being there, and that's not hate.
Weird. Nah, it was weird.
That's not hate. I just didn't like seeing him there. When he would say something and Bow Wow would say something back to him, I was like, nigga, I just don't.
Yeah. I didn't mind that he was there. It's just he was actually a ass DJ. Cause Bow DJ was going crazy, bro.
He was, and Charisma was doing her thing at first, and then Bow was like, "I'll pay you 20,000 if you could get it right." I wonder if Academics got that 20,000.
Yeah, man. Cause Bow DJ, every song that he played, he knew to start the song on Bow verse, even if it was like a feature. Fucking Act was just pressing play on Apple Music. Shit was starting from the very beginning. We gotta sit through 2 Drake verses to get the Soulja shit. And it's like, come on, dude. Like,
versus the shit.
That nigga
Act said, "Where your verse at?"
Yeah, man, he had all that shit set up just to hit play on Apple Music. Nigga wasn't DJing at all. Like, nigga, I could have did that.
That's what I'm saying. Who you had winning, Doom? Because I had it close at first.
I had Soulja winning, but I can say if anybody say that Bow won, I can't argue it.
I had Soulja winning as well, but it was like super close. And I understand if you say Bow Wow winning. I give Soulja Boy credit because he was out there by himself. The Romeo rounds I gave to Bow. Even with the Romeo rounds, I still had Soulja Boy winning because like he won them earlier ones with Pretty Boy Swag, with Turn My Swag Up, all the Bird Walk. He won them earlier rounds. Bow Wow didn't start winning to me until he played his face off older nigga shit.
Well, he knew he had to do that. I knew he was trying to save it in the bag. So I knew he was gonna wait a little while to play them shits. But Big Draco is Big Draco for many reasons. And for the most part, my man, you got to give my man his flowers. I see what Bow did, bringing on a special guest or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And Romeo was out there sucking dick. But Big Draco did that shit by himself, bro.
He brought out French. That's the only person he brought out.
Write and produce his own motherfucking songs at 16.
Facts.
Big Draco did it.
Facts.
Chart topping songs at 16.
That's a fact.
Produced by him.
His name is not on any of them writing credits.
No, it's either T.I., JD, The Brat. Like that's who wrote all his shit. And you could just hear I heard it more last night. I was like, ooh, I hear when it's T.I. when he getting older. I hear JD when it's young. Like,
yeah. Now I gotta ask y'all this. When y'all watching verses, do y'all judge strictly off the music, or are y'all taking into like the performance aspect of the live event? Is that
I do like, performance as well too.
I know if people hold weight on that, like the performance aspect, then Bow might have won easy. Because I feel like Bow Wow performance and a stage presence at the actual event was way better, even in the rounds that he lost. You know what I mean?
I was waiting for this for his entire life for him to become relevant again. He'd been waiting for this day for like 20 years, my nigga. He could not wait to be relevant again, bro.
That's hate.
I did not blame him for pulling out all the stops.
He said, I'm trying to sell a tour. Y'all better be at that Millennium Tour. And I'm happy I got tickets. I'm going to be in the building. I got tickets last year. No, listen, I had them when COVID.
I remember.
I had them with COVID, and then I couldn't get my money back because I bought it on a prepaid card before I had. Well, y'all know me. I was cash nigga only. Now I'm in the credit. I'm in the debit card game now. But before then, prepaid card, so I couldn't get my money back. So I said, fuck it. I'm going to keep the tickets. And after watching this Versus, I'm hyped for the Millennium Tour. That shit gonna be lit. I get Soulja Boy, Bow Wow, Omarion, B2K. It's gonna be fire. Wait, what you said to him?
I said they actually honoring the tickets.
Yeah, no. Everybody who got them and didn't get their money back can go, and they still selling more because they upgraded the venue or something, some shit.
Yeah, that's
what they did with all the festivals and tours. They was like they gave you the option to get your money back, or you can
keep it
for.
Yeah, that's why though I use credit cards for everything, bro. Cause like the same shit happened with my cousin. He had bought tickets to the Pels game right before COVID, and then COVID hit,
and the game, obviously the game wasn't in person, like they couldn't, and they was just like, you shit out of luck, dude.
So they're not honoring him a ticket for another, like for a random game?
Yeah, I think they'll let him get a ticket at a future event, but I would have wanted my bread back, especially like in that period of time when everybody was out of work and shit. Like it was.
I wanted my money back at that time.
Run me my shit back.
I
at least
definitely
the credit card company,
coins.
you can hit them up like, hey, them niggas not giving me my money back. They canceled the event, and the credit card company will give you.
Let me handle it.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. But I'm excited. So yeah, I had Draco winning too, but I definitely thought Bao had a good performance. I will say this.
I think Bao outperformed him.
Facts.
So
I think Soulja was more entertaining though.
Yeah, for sure. But I think Soulja was just talking mad shit.
She was like, nigga said, you sell rags.
Like they told this nigga to talk spicy to sell the shit, and he ran with it. Like he was talking spicy.
Honestly.
Wait, what'd you say, B?
I said I think they just told him to be himself because he's like that. As soon as he wakes up.
Yeah.
And he was, man, and it just worked. It worked so well. Shout out to Big Draco. Shout out to Bow Wow. But the moment of the night that was cap. They had a lot of cap going on, but I'm not gonna call out all the cap. But the biggest cap moment when Romeo had the nerve to say Bow Wow was Michael Jordan, he was Kobe, and Soulja was LeBron. What the fuck?
That's... Like, this is wild. Romeo was sucking mad dick. He was sucking mad dick.
That right there, bro. I think people let it slide because it was like a feel-good moment for the culture. But this nigga done lost his mind. My nigga.
How much he paid him to say that?
Soulja gave him a chance to play 3 songs mid-set. And you didn't even have 3, my nigga. Talking about you can't do a verses without me. Like, what the fuck was he playing? What was that last song?
I didn't know it.
That was some new kid shit. That was some New Orleans kid that he produced and shit.
Nobody ever heard this. Like... You pulled up to a versus playing a song that nobody ever heard, my nigga.
He made New Orleans look bad. I'm gonna be honest. Louisiana took an L last night with Romeo. We were getting a lot of dubs. That was an L last night. Romeo had the nerve to say he was Kobe. What the fuck?
Yeah, L for New Orleans, bro. Because every time he open his mouth, he do something dumb, bro. Or he be taking like the bad deals, bro. Like he should have came out there and did that ICDC, boy. He would have had their club jumping.
That nigga said Kobe. He was Kwame Brown, nigga. I don't know what the fuck he was.
Kwame Brown gonna come for you, nigga.
Kobe. I lied, Kwame. I lied. That's a joke, man. You was solid, my nigga.
Draco Milicic.
Yo, this nigga here, Romeo had the rap snacks. That nigga was just trying to pub everything he had. Soulja did him a favor.
Yeah, he used every second of them little 3 minutes. That nigga promoted rap snacks, promoted a new song. Nigga started announcing some new little niggas that he pushing. Like, goddamn, nigga, get the fuck off the stage. We trying to see Bow and Soulja.
That's a fact. Oh shit, nigga. That was just hilarious. I saw the Lil Mama, Jay-Z, Alicia Keys picture floating saying Romeo, Bow Wow, and Soulja Boy.
Oh man, they wild for that.
Oh shit, Romeo was bad. But other than that, that was a fire battle. I'm not gonna lie. Only other thing that topped it was Gucci Jeezy, maybe Teddy Riley and Babyface, because of that was fire. I think this was better than Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers. I'm gonna keep it a beam.
It was.
First of all, when you say that, it's Steve Harvey versus the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire, because he just kept interrupting them. So it was Steve Harvey versus the old heads.
Yeah.
I prefer academics to Steve Harvey.
Yeah, real talk.
Thanks.
But real shit, bro, what it is I feel like the verses need actual spice to it.
They do.
It's not entertaining when everybody coming together. Oh, we celebrating each other music. No, nigga, y'all get at each other top, bro. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I fuck with Soulja and Bow, because they understand that, we could be on stage and we can joke at each other and all this shit, but at the end of the day, it's still love. But you still putting on an
event. Yeah, you still trying to sell something. Yeah, you know that's a fact. And it was built on the fact that this is a battle. And that's another reason why I like this one. So
right.
Shout out to Soulja and Bow, man. I don't know if it's gonna be topped for the next one, but fire. Still in the world of music. I played it at the intro, but my God, that Tyler, the Creator album, I just gotta give him a round of applause. Hold on, let me make sure y'all can hear this, because like I said, last week I was clowning with my sound effects. Round of applause. Tyler, the Creator, my goodness. Like, Tyler has now entered this category of he's got to be considered with the Drakes, Kendricks, and Coles. He has to be.
I was literally about to ask you that.
Yeah, it's wild because I was just about to say, was this the album that took him to that S tier of niggas?
I would say Igor probably did. Like, if we really look back at it, but I think this is the one that cemented it. I think like Igor was like, okay, this nigga Tyler really doing something special. Flower Boy was like, okay, that's cool what this nigga doing over there. And it is the run of Flower Boy, Igor, and then this to go back to the Goblin era and revamp it with your new shit. I mean, what can you say? That shit was amazing. That's the first album that, like, even the J. Cole album, like, I listened to for a week and I ain't listened to that shit again. And like during that week, I would listen to other stuff in it. This week, so far, it's been nothing but Tyler. I haven't touched anybody else's album. It's just been that album, and that album's been great. And then the fact that he produced it all and then got DJ Drama to do drama shit on it.
That was hard, bro. And what was crazy, bro, is I remember like in the actual Gangsta Grills era, I used to hate that this nigga would be screaming on the songs.
But
for whatever reason, that shit fit with Tyler's shit so hard. And I would have
I always loved that, man. I always was like, I'm big DJ Drama nigga.
You on with that one, dude. I love that shit.
Well, I mean, it was hard, yeah, but it was like after you listen to it the first couple of times, and then you got DJ Drama like Wayne would come on, eating the track alive, and then you got this nigga hollering, starting it from the beginning.
Morocco Drama,
like that shit used to piss me off, bro. But it fits so good on Tyler's shit. Like
Tyler was tasteful with it. Like I think, and also I got to give Drama credit because I think Drama knows how much to do now. I think back then it was I'm gonna just scream on everything. Like I think now he knows like when to do it, when not to do it.
I will say this: if they paying him right to yell on the tracks, I think he was thinking in his head back in the day he had to yell on every single song because he felt like, well, they paid for it, so I got to yell on every song instead of like taking his time and not doing the same shit for every song. Like, I feel like he would listen to the song, like, all right, play back, and then start yelling. I'm like, God damn, bro, fuck is you on?
Nah, this was perfect. This was perfect. Like, just the fact that the fact that he got Young Boy on it and sounded immaculate. I'm the biggest Young Boy hater. Like I said in the beginning for YouTube niggas.
Why do you hate him though? Like you can have a dislike, but why do you hate him?
That shit is trash. That shit is trash. That nigga has a bad, at least Kevin Gates. I understood Kevin Gates was a bad nigga. But like Kevin Gates was tasteful with it. Young Boy just a menace, man. Young Boy's a menace. He's a menace.
He is a menace.
Tasteful with it. We talking about the same Kevin Gates that was fucking his cousin.
He just became tasteful. He was not tasteful.
The whole time he was not tasteful, bro.
But I
eating ass, fucking his cousin.
He was the first one to make eating booty on mainstream music cool. He was the first one to be
but
like.
He wasn't okay. So Kevin Gates was wild.
What we talking about? Technically, some people would consider that being a menace. He a menace,
Gates, man. I'm gonna just be honest. I fucked the satellites. I fucked with it all. I fucked with Gates' mission. I ain't fucked with Young Boy mission. But this project kind of changed my mind of him. I was like, okay, nigga got with Tyler. What?
See, this is why I say no to that. Is because when you look back at Tyler past few albums, all his features are like the younger niggas that are kind of hot that niggas are fucking with that I would never think would be a good pairing. Like what was the song with Playboi Carti on the last album?
Oh yeah, that was on Igor.
I forgot the name of it.
Hold on, I'm gonna find it.
Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly.
I hated Playboi Carti. Earthquake. And that was one of the coolest songs I ever heard. Still to this day, that shit slap. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he know how to elevate those young niggas. You know what I mean? I don't know if they actually in the studio with him, like if they recording together, because it don't sound like he just sent the track off.
I think that was something they molded together type shit.
Yeah,
like
I think so too, bro. Because he elevated everybody. This nigga even had 42 Doug sounding crazy.
He did.
You know what I mean?
He did.
I think people need to give Tyler his props for that because he on some shit.
But that goes to his production bag.
Jones.
Wait, what'd you say?
Tyler is the modern day Quincy Jones. I'm out here this year.
He's Quincy. Yeah. He's Pharrell. I like if he's not Quincy, he's Pharrell. He's definitely a modern day Pharrell. The way that he just makes sounds, he's up there. Like he has to be considered top tier artist and producer because it's fucking incredible, man. Like he said, like Doom said, 42 Doug, Young Boy, Playboy Cardi. But the one that kills me is, and Taco tweeted it, so I'm not gonna take credit for it. But I need a Lil Wayne album with just Tyler beats. Every time Lil Wayne jumps on a Tyler beat, it's smash. The Cherry Bomb shit, this shit, like nuts. And Wayne goes nuts on Tyler beats.
Yeah, man, that fucking Wayne verse, it gave me like, I don't know if it was the combination of drama, yelling, and Wayne coming on and rapping, but it gave me that 06 feel, bro.
It did.
It gave me that 06 feel, man.
I loved it. I loved it. I was just like, thank you, Wayne. But no, more so, thank you, Tyler.
Thanks.
Yeah,
great. Sure. It makes the breakup of Tyler, Earl, and Frank look like Tyler was the winner. And after a long haul, I know it's hard to say that when Frank did what Frank did, but Frank fell out of the mainstay. Tyler's been consecutive.
I don't even know if we have to explain Frank, to be honest with you, bro. The people know. The people are aware that Frank is Danny Phantom.
Yeah, okay. That's a fact.
Yeah. But I don't think that's a negative because that's kind of what he wanted to do. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Frank reached a point where he was like, all right, I got a bag. All the shit that come with this music shit, I ain't really fucking with it.
Yeah, and I could tell he liked the rest of the stuff that came with the fame. I could tell. He did. He was just not for it.
Same thing could be said with Earl, too. But Tyler went on an incredible run. Like, he has to
running. Chill. My man's is still running.
He is. Like, you go from Goblin to Wolf to Cherry Bomb to Flower Boy, then do a Christmas album, which that Christmas album is fucking hard. Then Igor, now this. Yeah. I can say the only miss maybe Flower Boy. That's the only one that I don't really like. Because I love Goblin. I love Wolf.
It's definitely the weakest out of all of them, but I wouldn't say a miss. Like, it didn't give me, like, because Igor was amazing to me.
I agree.
This shit is, like, next level. So comparing it to those projects is definitely, like, a step down, but it was still good. Like, still good music.
Facts. No, I'm with you. But he's now solidified his spot over Travis Scott, over all these niggas. He is with the Drakes, Kendricks, Coles of this era.
See, I think we got to put him in whatever area we put Kanye.
With Ye and Pharrell?
Yeah.
That's fair.
In that realm of niggas. Facts. Like Ye and Pharrell, because the combination of production and then musical ability.
Big Draco.
Like, yeah.
Do not mention Soulja Boy with Tyler. Please don't do that.
Draco was writing and producing. My son was directing the music videos.
Bow Wow said it beautifully. Wait, I'm about to give you the Bow Wow spice. Bow Wow said it beautifully. Bow Wow said, nigga, when that LOL smiley face beat came on and Soulja was like, I produced it. Bow was like, I know. I could tell from the fucking drums.
I ain't gonna lie. He definitely had that, like, I just started producing
the Fruity Loops samples and shit, nigga.
Yeah, he definitely got that sound. But
he made it a number one. Big Draco up there, bro.
I was just about to say, those were on the top of the charts, and he was, like, leading that wave of shit.
Niggas did not use Fruity Loops before Big Draco.
Nobody was. He led in that shit. He was the first rapper, bro. He was the first rapper
on the moon, bro. What we talking about? We talking about Big Bill Armstrong, Draco. What we talking?
He was the first rapper, nigga. I'm telling you, bro.
Stupid, boy. But Tyler, bravo, fucking vo. You are now in that category. Got to give it to him. And let me say this. That nigga Drake better come with it because niggas shooting these shots.
Hey, I was just about to say that, bro. I was just about to tell you the heat is on your boy Drake.
It is.
Cole went crazy and Tyler went crazy. Those are two album of the year contentions. And I'm saying, bro, I don't know if Drake just a sure shot to pass them two albums up.
I could give him Cole right now.
I can too, but that Tyler one, oh boy, he better come correct with the bag. That's all.
Drake gotta come with some nothing was the same take care shit to be better than that Tyler shit.
Y'all think he just easily passing up Cole?
I don't want to do this, but
the J. Cole shit was underwhelming. I ain't gonna lie. There was probably
that's crazy to me.
There was probably like 4 solid songs on there that I was like, all right, these are hits. And I ain't gonna lie, Lil Baby and 21, they walked on them shits. I ain't gonna front. Them songs was fire. But the project as a whole, especially looking at it now at the maybe I gotta sit with the Tyler one, but looking at it right now, it can't even hold its own water right now against this Tyler album. So unless
I agree with that.
Unless Drake got to really fuck this up for him to not beat that one. He got to really.
And the J. Cole album I like, and I'm gonna let you go do it, but it's just like Brooklyn said. After sitting with it for some time,
right?
There's some songs that like I'm just not going back to. The 21 Savage song I'm going back to for 21 Savage. That verse is immaculate.
Easy, bro.
The fucking 100 mil with Boz, that shit is hard. The baby shit, the fucking song with Boz and Black. I know some people don't like. I like that song, but after that, like from Interlude down, and then before My Life, I mean 95 South is hard. Amory, I'm not really fucking with. My Life, Applying Pressure's cool. Punching the Clock is cool, and then you get 100 mil, Pride is the Devil, and then Let Go of My Hand, and the rest I'm shaky on. Like,
right.
I don't know.
See, this is my thing though, because I agree that Tyler got the edge. If we looking at just those 2 albums alone, I'm gonna say obviously the Tyler album is a little bit better. What I'm saying is when Drake dropped, I don't know if he just a lot to be better than that Cole.
That's fair.
Out of all the Cole albums, because I consider myself a Cole fan, right? But I still understand the people who say Cole music don't have replay value. Cole music is boring. Like I understand where that take come from because I felt it with those other albums. Like when KOD dropped, I listened to KOD, like this is some good raps. But am I going back to this? Am I playing it in the car? Am I playing it at the kickback? Probably not. You know what I mean? This was the first album of Cole where I actually went back a lot. I'm still going back. You know what I'm saying? So I was really impressed with Cole's latest album. So I don't know if it's just a lot that Drake gonna come out and just automatically pass up Cole. Like I think we're gonna have to actually have a conversation.
Because of Drake's past, though, I feel like just off of the strength of his past, I can kind of sort of give it a lock.
Just the way he been rapping on everything recently. That nigga been killed. That nigga ain't put out a bad song since pre-pandemic. Seeing Green, Lemon Pepper Freestyle, all the other features. That nigga been on A1 Sauce Doom. Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I disagree.
Like Seeing Green, his Lucy with one verse was probably better than the J. Cole, any song on the J. Cole album.
See, now that might be a stretch to me.
Maybe.
But I'm saying I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that we gonna have to have a conversation. Like that Cole album was good enough to where it ain't just we pushing that to the side. Like,
now let me ask you.
Have to sit down and talk about it.
Do you have 2014 Forest Hills Drive over this Cole album?
Ooh, man, that's tough. Because 2014 Forest Hills Drive to me is one of those Cole albums where it was like he was Cole.
I agree. To me, that's still Cole's best album.
Cole shit. You know what I mean?
That one has the highest playback value.
Yeah. I don't know. Okay. That's a tough question. Because I feel like the vibes on those albums are totally different. So
for sure.
Oh yeah. This one is a different vibe than almost anything he's ever put out.
Yeah. Which is why I liked it so much. Like I think he addressed all that Cole shit is boring type shit.
He did. And I hate doing this because like he is still in a lock for album of the year, but Tyler just skyrocketed him. And I do believe Drake may have a tough time with Cole, but if I'm being honest, I think Drake gonna really have the tough time when it comes to is that album better than Tyler album? He gonna have to. Him and 40 better be right. They better be right.
Anybody else compete with it for the rest of the year? If I'm being honest, I don't know if anybody else other than Drake can compete with that Tyler album.
Unless Kendrick coming with some crazy shit.
And I mean, I hate to be the negative person in the room, but Travis is back with Kylie, so whatever he put out about to be ass.
Yeah, for sure.
That's on my mama.
For sure.
You can quote me on that. It's gonna be
nigga, man.
I saw that shit. I was upset. I was like, oh, his next project finna be trash. This nigga in love.
Well, I hope he got a bunch of tracks done in the time where they wasn't really, make the album.
This nigga Brooklyn hating. But
heart broke fucking Travis. Yeah, I need going through some shit.
Why you think Drake been so fire all the time, bro?
That's
nigga just fucking with these strippers, man.
And I'm ready for the Rihanna covered up the tattoo. I'm ready for them bars. Like she moved on. Oh, I'm ready for it. I want some ASAP Rocky smoke. Like Rocky, we still cool. You fuck my bitch. I would love all of that. Give me that.
I don't think the Rocky smoke is even worth it.
It's not
the model. Like, it's
not. But I would just love him to do it. Just do it. Just cause, nigga. Say how you feel, nigga. I want to know what's been going on. You gotta tell me what's been going on.
I don't want to see nothing about them. Yeah, the pool parties at the house is different now. I was like, what the fuck is this soft ass shit? Everybody about to come with some soft shit. I'm talking about they reflecting on their time due to pandemic. Fuck that. I don't want you to reflect on none of this happy shit.
He definitely gonna have a line. I guarantee you, either on the outro or one of the real rapidy rap songs, he gonna have a line about how the pool parties at the YOLO house are different. He will. He let you know. He gave you the caption before he did it. That's him. He gonna do that. I guarantee you. But I think we may get it soon. I think we're approaching that time. I think we get it before the end of August.
He's running out of 2021. Okay, he is running out of 2021. Yeah. Point. We are moving into the 7th month. He's got me fucked up. Bring me the files.
It's time. Yeah, it's time. It's time to do it. He see niggas going on tour. It's time.
Low key, bro. I think Drake might see what's going on out there, and he might be a little intimidated.
Maybe.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Like, to me, that looked like he see the niggas that's dropping, and he kind of like, all right, I need to pick the best time. Because everybody on Cole right now. Not everybody on Tyler. You know what I mean? Like the fact that there is no date lets me know that he worried. Because the project is done. He can't convince me that it's not done.
I agree with
you
that.
Announced in January. It's finished.
I don't think, and see, the funny thing is, I don't think the Cole album stopped him because I think he was going to go into summer. I think this Tyler album is the big monkey wrench. I think this is the one. He heard Gangsta Grills. Because, see, you got to think it's more than just the fact that Tyler dropped. It's the scenario with everything around it. Like the fact that this Odd Future kid transformed his whole style and goes back to rapping how he used to, but does a DJ Drama Gangsta Grills album. Like, what? So now you got the niggas who grew up on that, which is Drake's core audience, and the young niggas, because Odd Future has like everybody from our generation to Gen Z. So it's like,
that is not Drake's core audience.
Drake's core audience is the niggas who grew up on DJ Drama shit. What you talking about, nigga?
Core audience are women. Cut that shit out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What are you talking about? You might be a part of the women. The women did not grow up listening to them fucking Lil Wayne mixtapes, okay? That's not what they was listening to, nigga.
You are out your mind if you don't
listen to Shad Moss, okay? You got me fucked up.
You out your mind if you don't believe that the niggas
US, okay? That's who grew up. Those are his core fans are women. Why do you think his fucking sales are so good? Because women buy shit.
Oh, I agree with that. Women buy. I think there's two different core fans. I think Drake's core fans that got him to get the women are niggas. I truly believe that. I believe, yes, the people that buy everything and the people that put him to pop stardom are women. But I believe for him to get to that point for women to hear, that was niggas.
I don't think you believe that. How many Drake concerts have you been to? And it's been mostly white people at these concerts, bro.
You went to the OG ones, nigga, where it was a bunch of niggas?
But that's because Lil Wayne was there, so the white people.
And that's my point. That's what I was about to say. I think it was a lot of carryover of Young Money fans.
Yes,
and I think that's like the mid. Like, okay, so if you want to draw a circle, I think in the inner circle,
colored people.
Okay, I think the inner circle that spends the most money, women. But I think like inside, like right here,
is where
is the niggas.
Inside the women.
There you go.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Doom, how you feel?
I agree with B that women is the core, but I see what you're saying about the people who propelled Drake's career to even be in position for that is that mixtape era rap type.
That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
I guess that goes.
But you did say core fan base, so I agree with B that his core fan base is women.
All right, I'll concede that. But that's what I was trying to get across was what Doom just said.
Yeah.
And we number white people at the concerts like, hey, bro, you here for the Drake concert, dude?
Yeah.
No, nigga, always. I went to that Drake Lil Wayne concert. That was 2014.
See, but that's
7 years now, bro.
But that's after nothing was the same. That's post N-Dub's TS.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you, I'm never gonna forget it. When Thank Me Later came out, I was what? Shit.
I went to a Thank Me Later concert in New Orleans, and that shit was nothing but niggas. And black women, of course.
It's me that this Drake guy was about to be the next big thing were the white people. Because all the niggas in the hood was like, hey, y'all remember that nigga that was doing the shit? Now this nigga just singing. He came out with a whole album just
singing. I think it's okay. I'm also throw this in here. You was in New York at the time, correct?
Well, we loved the mixtape. We loved the mixtape.
But you was in New York at the time, correct? I think it plays a difference that I'm in Louisiana because I think niggas here was like, that's Wayne guy. We gotta go see what he doing.
You ain't think we was thinking the same shit? Lil Wayne is universal. What we talking about here? We loved it. But then the album came out and it was mad soft. He did the Find Your Love shit in Jamaica and he was getting kidnapped. Yeah. And we was like, this is mad soft. At that point, we were like confused. But the white people, they was like, nah, he's trying to find his love, bro. This is my guy. He's gonna be the next big thing. You just wait and see. I gotta tell him the bomb colored people had me fooled because at first I was like, this soft shit ain't gonna last. Next thing you know, my bitch ass crying, listening to take care. And I'm like, all right, he got me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. He did go through like a 2 or 3 album stretch where like all the real niggas was like, we can't fuck with that soft shit.
Right.
He did.
That did happen. That did happen. But that did happen. I'm not gonna deny that didn't happen.
I'm a R&B nigga, so I liked that. Like I
did too.
Care Drake, you know what I mean? Like,
but I do think for him to get to that point, it was the core Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne co-signed. Yeah. He helped him get there. Yeah, that's a fact. But once he got there,
once he got there, no, for sure, it was white people and women. I can agree with that.
He liked to talk about his feelings, and to be honest, black people don't talk about their feelings. So they was like, this nigga talking about mad feelings right now. What we doing?
They did have. I do remember the era where it was like, "Damn, Drake, you soft, nigga." But he better come correct, nigga.
Now start doing all the fucking. He had to start doing all the gangster shit.
That's true. That is true. Well, he better come correct, nigga. That album better be good. And moving off of that, why did Usher tell T-Pain he ruined music? That's fucked up.
No, bro. When I saw that, it hurt my heart, bro.
That's fucked up.
Like, you ever felt like you was watching an interview and you felt like you was in the room with the person? When he said that, I wanted to like hand T-Pain a Kleenex because I was like, bro, why would you say some fucked up shit like that, bro? That shit hurt my heart, bro.
He wrong for that. Usher wrong for that. Like,
acting like Robert now. I don't know if I could trust him. This nigga acting crazy.
And see the thing that kills me, depending on when Usher said this, if this was around ringleader Pain, okay, cool. But if this is after when Usher was chasing the T-Pain sound, that's kind of fucked up.
I think it was hate. I think I forgot who I was talking to. Maybe one of my coworkers. And I said, if this was him when it was the peak of Usher's time, then okay. But if this was him featuring Pitbull, nah, I know you hating.
That's
now
hate.
It was 1000% hate. You know what I'm saying? But I will say on both ends, they both got a hold of L. You feel what I'm saying? Because like Usher, why would you say that, dude? You use pitch correction. Mm-hmm. Whether it's auto-tune, whatever the fuck, you use it. So you can't say the nigga messed up the game. Like that was the game. And to be fair, T-Pain wasn't the first nigga to use it.
Zapping Roger,
he was just the first nigga to
successful with it.
Put it into everything and kill the fucking game. You know what I mean? So if you mad about it, just say you mad at that. You know what I mean? Don't say he messed up music because he fucking used auto-tune. And then T-Pain got a hold of L because it's like, I don't give a fuck how legendary Usher is. If you tell me some shit, nigga, I ain't depressed for 4 years. Fuck you, nigga. I've been living on top of the charts. Number one after number one, nigga. You tell me how I fucked it up. These plaques tell me otherwise, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm with you. That's like if somebody so said, nigga, y'all fucked up the podcast game. Nigga, fuck you. We got these checks.
Shit. I'm looking at it like the old DJ Khaled fucking album. I'm suffering from success. He got me fucked up. Ain't no way I'm depressed. Fuck you, Usher. Fuck you, Raymond. Raymond, fuck you.
The only way that could happen where I'd even be maybe depressed, not for 4 years though, but like is if like the nigga that I fucked with the most was like, nigga, you a shitty interviewer. I'd be like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. I maybe take like a couple months, be sad, but after that,
well on it,
it's over with. 4 years.
I mean, it might sting to hear that, you know what I'm saying? But even if it was like a nigga that I really looked up to and told me like, yo, the shit you doing, that shit is whack. Like, it's just like, all right, that's kind of hurtful. But fuck you, nigga. Especially when you at the level of success T-Pain.
That T-Pain is. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Because the people determine. I'm sorry, Usher, if you think I ruin music. The people like my shit more than your shit, nigga.
Yeah. Because I do think, like, I hate
like love. Fuck him. Fuck him, man. Stupid ass Pitbull songs.
Yeah, real shit. Because I think that's where Usher got mad. Is because before T-Pain, there was like that, all right, you got to go get the best producers. You got to go get the best songwriters. And then you got to make this ballad ass song in order to make a chart topper. And then T-Pain come in here like, hey, could this auto tune up? And he just talking about buying a bitch a drink and it's number one. And he ain't had to go get the fucking, because if I'm not mistaken, T-Pain produced that shit. Or at least co-produced it.
Some of it, yeah. I
he
believe
was writing
so.
all this shit. Like T-Pain is a writer. Like,
at least until the album with the Ringleader with the fucking when he started doing the circus shit, that's probably like the biggest produced album he had.
Yeah.
Like, but
and I'm saying
Epiphany was him too.
Yeah, I really think people like Usher looked at, damn nigga, he really just locked in the studio, made his own beats, wrote most of his own shit, and he topping the charts. And I do all this extra shit. That's what the industry tell me is what's supposed to make a number one. And I still can't get a number one no more. You know what I mean?
And I think it got to do with the fact that he don't sing as Usher's a great singer. What I'm about to say isn't supposed to be taken this way, but Usher isn't the best of natural singers. And we saw during the T-Pain era, we saw people like Alicia Keys have major success. We saw John Legend have major success during the T-Pain era. People who could sing without that pitchy correct shit that Usher did use. Maybe that's another reason to it. And Usher didn't want to go back to the softer songs. He did, yeah. And then after that, the nigga kept trying to make party records. And T-Pain was the party record nigga.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination of all that.
T-Pain wrote almost every song on Epiphany, and he is the sole producer that got credit for that album.
See, I knew he did that with Epiphany. Epiphany was hard.
So when a nigga like Usher tell you fucked up the game, that's hate, bro.
That's straight hate.
It's hate.
Yeah, no, that's hate.
Because that album is better than anything post Confessions. You know what I mean? Anything post Confessions that Usher dropped. He didn't need the team of label niggas to do it. You know what I mean?
Usher ain't put out a good project since Confessions. Like,
that's a fact.
Like, so yeah, that's hate. Usher wrong for that. I wanted to bring up a new segment. I think we need to make a fuckboy Hall of Fame. This is where we honor fuckboys who just be doing crazy shit. And I think our first ballot Hall of Famer needs to be Tristan Thompson. First ballot Hall of Fame fuckboy. Did y'all hear what that nigga did over the weekend?
No, please tell me, bro.
He has a medical condition, but go ahead.
What you mean a medical condition?
It's funny. Explain it to Doom first.
This nigga Doom. So you know when you go to parties, you Tristan Thompson, they see you walk in a room with 3 women, they're gonna go take pictures. They're gonna go film by the door. You know, party goers are trying to get the TMZ bag. So apparently he went in a room with 4 to 3 women having big orgy in the middle of a party. And he left Chloe again. Chloe said, I'm done for good. She said it's over with. But apparently the nigga could get back with it if he want, but he don't want to. Supreme fuckboy. He
legitimately had an orgy in the middle of the party?
Legitimately.
Addict. He has to be addicted to sex, bro. It has to be.
See, but
he look at coochie and he be like, I must have that coochie. I be like, no, but you got a coochie. He like, but I want that coochie. Can I have that?
All right.
I think he got.
Can I be toxic for a minute?
Yeah, that's why I brought this up. Fuckboy Hall of Fame. First ballot, Tristan Thompson. I'm with it.
I just want to be toxic for a second, bro. If let's just use hypotheticals. If you a nigga with millions of dollars, you have one of the most highest of profile women in the game who has consistently taken you back after multiple fuck ups. Let's not skip over that.
Yeah,
she
that's
had the option to leave anytime she wanted. So I'm just saying, I know that the right thing to say is, oh, you should never do that.
No, that's a big factor in it. I agree with you.
Like, nigga, you done fucked over her multiple times and she take you back every time. You obviously got the green light to do what the fuck you want to do, my nigga. If I got M's and these bad bitches is taking their shit off when I walk in the party, and I know she gonna take me back any fucking way, you might be a little more prone to fucking up. That's all I'm saying, bro. Now, y'all can say it whether that's good or bad, what he did, you know what I'm saying? That's on y'all. I'm saying if I'm in this nigga's shoes, I might be doing the same shit, bro. That's all I'm saying.
He is the coochie man. He is the coochie man.
I didn't give Doom some air horns for that because he right.
Facts, bro. They both got medical conditions. He is a sex addict. He's the coochie man, but Chloe's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I don't need a doctorate for that.
Dude, she's crazy, dude. No woman. I'm sorry. No, I don't know no woman that would take back a nigga that cheated on him 3 times.
What
three times?
And public.
Once.
This was like everybody knew.
Oh yeah, and then one of them was your sister's best friend. Like, what the fuck? This nigga's a first ballot fuck boy. We nominated him. He making it to the Hall of Fame.
See, but I don't know. How real we trying to get on this episode right here?
Go ahead, do
I
it.
Can go a little crazy. Like, is it really fuckboy shit when you with a woman that we obviously know just from the track record of the family? You fucking with them for the money. It might not even be real love there. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like they might have loved each other at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? There might have been some kind of genuine connection. But I think just looking at their history and the shit that has popped up, you with them because you know that contract is good. The NBA is wiring that money after every fucking game. You know that. You've proven that that's what you into because every time you fucked up before, you took them back. Is that really being a fuckboy? When you understand the agreement you got in your situation, you understand what the woman is in there for, and you still providing.
I like this.
You know what I'm saying?
If it's what you paint, no, because they have an agreement. But from the outside looking in, yeah, he a fuck nigga. But like, I fuck with it. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. He a fuck nigga. Like, keep doing your thing, Tristan. You got me on team Tristan, dude. I'm with it. Like, if she gonna let him do it,
I love it.
Do it.
When people tell me that he cheated, I try not to smile because
I laugh.
Why are you even still following this man around? I know what he gonna do. If I see him leave a room with even one bitch, I know she finna give him the work. So why am I even following this man anymore? He know what he came here for. He came for the coochie. Okay,
that's a fact.
He gonna get that coochie.
He in 2 Hall of Fames. He in the fuckboy Hall of Fame, but he in the getting pussy Hall of Fame too.
He in the Hall of Fame right there with Will Chamberlain, man.
That's a fact.
It's niggas like Tristan that make me realize I need to get me some fucking money, bro. I need to get me some fucking money and a lot of it. Because this nigga is living the life. I don't give a fuck. Niggas can say it's fuckboy shit, but I like it. I like the energy, bro. You know what you bring to the table. You know what value you got in the marketplace, and you take advantage of that shit, man.
That's a fact. No, I feel you. Look,
she knew what it is.
She
knew the last 3 times you cheated. You know what I'm saying?
And cheated with your sister best friend. Like he didn't cheat with some random person.
He a dog just for that one right there. After that, you can't trust this man. You can't trust.
Exactly.
Oh, so why do you keep taking this man back? Because after that is such a sacred thing.
That's a slap to the face. That's bad. Like cheating is bad, but that takes cheating. Like, so in anime, they got this nigga called Goku, and like he do his super power ups. Nigga, it go by like times 10. This nigga was cheating. Okay, he cheated. He was at like ×5. He cheat with like maybe somebody they know ×10. This nigga cheat with his sister best friend. That's ×100, my nigga. That's just bad. Like,
I will say, if she was looking at me like that, Durham Woods could get work. Okay, so if we at the family function and I keep catching her staring at me, oh, she finna get this work, bro. So I understand you, my brother. All right, brother Tristan. I want you to know that we welcome you with open arms. But nigga, you a dog.
Yeah, no, that's a fat, like Brooklyn said, that nigga the coochie man. He's like, I want that coochie.
Hey, man. I like it, bro. I like the energy. Keep doing you, Tristan. I applaud you, nigga. We're gonna talk about you next February, Black History Month, man. You doing it. You doing it, man. Make that money and dog these hoes. I love it.
Hey, that's a really good idea. I think we should do some 28 days of just toxic people in our.
We can pick a month of just the toxic month. We can't do Black History Month though. That's
because nobody look at the toxic on the other side. You don't think
you're right. It's always go get your coin, sis. Dog them niggas out. Get what you can get. No, you're right.
And I'm saying you don't think that it's a little fucked up that you fuck with a nigga and you move in a certain way because you know he signed that 2-year $18 million. You know that $9 million base salary, might I add, is coming through no matter what.
Right.
Like, just fucking with somebody off of that is wild to me. You know what I mean? So it's like, if he get a little pussy here and there, what are we really talking about?
And
what
that's
are we really talking about, bro?
Too, bro. They be like, all right, cool, he got the money. I be like, all right, but what's his favorite color? Do you even know anything about this nigga? Like, what's his middle name?
You got a kid with this nigga. Like,
middle name is M's. That's what matters. What's wrong with you? Like, these bitches really be, you know, they be on some surface shit. She just wanted a mixed kid. She got the mixed kid.
She got what she wanted.
Daddy. That's what she get. That's all he ever gonna be.
The original baby mama that Chloe stole him from told her this was gonna happen. Said this nigga is a dog.
That this nigga like Future, man. Come on, man. This the coochie.
Like it,
what you talking about here?
Ooh, when we get to toxic month, whichever month we're gonna do, we gotta crown the king of toxicity. Tristan making a valid run, but Future up there.
Nick Cannon making a nice run this year too.
But see, Nick Cannon is smart toxic.
Pull out.
Nick Cannon takes pictures with all the women for the maternity shoots, like pre-pregnancy, pre-baby coming out. Nick Cannon is
knowing them, bro.
A great pregnant dad. After, I'm not saying he don't take care of his kids, but after, he don't give a shit about them bitches.
He's looking for another bitch to not pull out in again. I'm like, damn, nigga, what you doing? All these goddamn kids. And the nigga got the twin gene in his family, so he getting these bitches double stuffed, all right? These bitches Oreos, all right? They fucking double stuffed. And he just keep on mowing them down.
He definitely toxic, but I don't know if he king toxic.
But no. But
I don't think that's toxic because he doing that shit on purpose.
That's a fact. He's weird. But why? Like, once you got Mariah Carey pregnant, bro, you won. Yeah. What are we doing now? What are we doing now?
He said, "Fuck that, nigga. I gotta spread my seed across the world, nigga. That's I fuck with that.
Spread the turban and his seeds all around the goddamn country. That nigga nasty.
I like that too, man.
I fuck with that. Do your thing, Nick. But Future definitely up there, bro. That nigga Scottie Pippen looking bad. That nigga looking bad.
I think Scottie doing weird shit now to promote his new liquor.
His book too.
Because after I see him getting in all these fucking fights, I go on his social media and there's mad sponsored ads. And I'm like, this nigga think he's slick.
All KD should have did. See, KD didn't have to bring nothing about boxing. KD should have said, where your wife at, nigga? That's all KD should have did.
Come on, man, nigga. He said, where your wife at? Where she at? You know where she at. I know where she at.
Bro, it's amazing that nigga can stay so relevant and he don't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many former players that are like active coaches, active broadcasting on your TV every day, and niggas don't even care about what they do like they do Scottie Pippen.
We only care about Scott, but see, it's fuck. Like, if there's an opposite of toxic, nigga, it's the simp award. Scottie fall under the simp award. That's the only reason why we care, because, like, it's funny.
Yeah, he do goofy shit. Well, I will say,
he is a goofy though.
We gotta put Paul Pierce in there too somewhere.
How?
No, for the goofies.
Because for the goofies. That nigga had he was hanging with the strippers.
Broadcasting it live. That was goofy.
Yeah, that was goofy. Shit.
He could have had.
You got fired on your day off in front of the whole world, nigga.
Craig,
that's some goofy shit.
Some goofy ass shit.
That's some goofy nigga shit, man.
That is some goofy.
It's only goofy because you know what went through his mind was he was like, I gotta go live for this. And it was some fuck shit.
Go live. Like, it wasn't even like some shit you could do by accident. When you go live, you gotta press a bunch of buttons.
Yeah. He was holding the camera up, showing us what was going on. He thought in his mind, this is some fly shit. Yeah, he did. That's what make him goofy, bro. That's what make him goofy. Is it, nigga, you and your fucking 40s, my nigga. Like, that shit is not.
What are we doing?
Smoking that little skinny ass blunt with these wax strippers.
With them ugly assholes. That's the thing. The hoes wasn't even bad.
That's some goofy shit. That's some goofy shit.
He got the 2 for 20 hoes.
All right, you right. And he was trying to buy a prosty on live. She commented, "Hey Paul, can I come through?" He was like, "How much you charge?" On live.
He definitely a finalist for Goofy of the Month, bro.
All right, no, we gonna definitely do this. We gotta keep this going. We gotta keep this going. I love this. All right, well, yeah, that's pretty much all I got this week. We ended on a high note. I don't want to take it into any sad shit, like man beats his wife at a bus stop for cheating. Don't want to take it there. Like, that's fucked up. He beat his wife to death for cheating.
Oh,
fucked up. Super fucked up. Then also, Juneteenth got really hot in Oakland.
Oh, dick was good.
There you go.
Hope it was the dime.
There you go. See, there you go. See, that's why I want to bring that shit up. I knew he was in a mood. Then on Juneteenth,
nigga said, I hope it was to die for. Yo,
I knew he was in a mood.
This nigga is crazy, bro. This nigga is crazy.
Stupid, dog. I told you this nigga dumb. Oh shit. And then the other one that I had was that on Juneteenth, they had like a big accident. An ambulance was trying to go to the accident, but he had to pass through this club street. And apparently the women were getting so outrageous, the party floods outside, stops the ambulances from moving, and she jumps on top of the trunk, starts twerking on the ambulance. Multiple women are twerking on the ambulance, stopping the ambulance from getting to the accident.
That's crazy. Did somebody die because of this?
I don't know, Doom. It don't say, but it said crowds around were 1,000 strong celebrating Juneteenth, and the paramedics had like to get through 1,000 people because they were trying to attend the site of a shooting in Oakland. So somebody might have died.
They had a different emergency. I got too much on my hand.
Yeah, man. This is why they don't give black people shit. The first year Juneteenth is an official holiday. This is what y'all do, man. This is why black people can't.
Hey, I'm gonna be ignorant next year. I ain't had no time to process it this year because I know it's gonna happen this fast. But next year, nigga, I'm gonna be outside frying chicken.
Oh yeah, I want to have a fish fry next year.
Orange soda straight out the 2-liter. I'm crazy, nigga. I don't even like watermelon like that.
I don't fuck with watermelon. Honestly, out of all the black stereotypes, I don't fuck with watermelon. I don't really
love watermelon. I think they just was like trying to push that out us. Yeah,
I don't fuck with grape soda.
Yeah, I'm more of an orange guy myself.
The only one I give them that is true for all black people is fried chicken. Like,
and they love fried.
Man, I think that's any people though, bro.
Right.
Because I swear to God, bro, I was in Popeyes the other day for the first time in a while, and the whole lobby was white people. Like,
everybody loves fried chicken.
Asian people love fried chicken, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Like honestly, if you want to know which race makes the best fried chicken, I really don't think black people are first. I think we're second.
I think Asians do some fire with it.
It's probably around where you live, but they got this thing called Korean fried chicken. Nigga, that shit look gas.
Korean everything is fire.
Yeah, Korean barbecue is that shit too. Shout out to the Koreans, nigga. Y'all make some fire shit. But that's pretty much everything we got this week. Like I said, I ain't want to get into that sad shit or that other shit.
We did it, baby. We got there.
This nigga's stupid, boy. He said, I'm not repeating what this nigga said. That shit is hilarious. But all right, Brooklyn, tell the niggas where you can find you at on social media.
You can find me on all social medias at Where Brooklyn at. That's Brooklyn with a Q, not a K, baby. That's for marketing purposes.
because we are not trying to get sued. Doom, tell the people they can follow you on social media.
Man, y'all follow me at Lil Doom SJE, man. 2 things before we get up out of here. 1, by the time y'all hear this, my boy Fade and Chris a video for Kai Attack.
Facts.
Y'all go fuck with that. And 2, I just wanted to say happy birthday to my daughter, man. She's 9 years old today. So
happy birthday,
Cameron, man.
Shout out Cameron.
Yes,
Look at the air horn coming, man. You should have told me. Look at the hold on, man. Happy birthday, Cameron. Have a good one. And yeah, y'all make sure y'all go check out that new video that Fade. I think Fade filmed it. I do.
Somebody else from BR.
Filmed it. Okay,
name, man. I wish I knew the name.
I know Fade doing the vlogs right now. All that shit is fire. Y'all make sure y'all go check out all that.
Yeah, it looks super hard.
That's a fact. And with that being said, I might put Kai Attack as the song of the week. I probably will. But we also have a guest in the Bros Who Ball segment. Chris Connor, the Bird Rights, is coming on because got to talk Pelicans coaching, the Zion stuff, the summer. Got to get us right for everything that's been going on. He got some good news that makes me feel better about the Pelicans. I think we're going to be in the playoffs next year. I'm ready.
We love
to. They ain't got no choice, man.
What you said, Brooklyn? Hating ass nigga?
Selling these people dreams, man. Stop selling.
I'm not selling no dreams. I'm selling the truth, nigga. It's not my fault they don't execute. This is what these niggas' skill sets look on paper. I'm just telling you the paper look. It's not my fault they don't pull it together in the games. It's not my fucking fault.
It's all right, man. We getting Dame, so we good next year. We good next year.
Look. Dame or Bradley Beal, we getting one of them. I believe it. Mark it on the calendar, nigga. And we're gonna be Phoenix here next year. You niggas better. You niggas lucky that niggas are hurt this year. Y'all better get y'all ring, because I guarantee y'all next year, y'all a first round exit, nigga. First or second round exit.
Hey, I don't mind if she dance on the pole or if a motherfucker tears ACL. If we get this chip, I am gonna take it to the bank. Okay, that first Warriors chip, when they won because K Love and Kyrie was out, it's still a dub.
It's still a dub. That's a fact. That's a fact.
You win it, I'm gonna take the dub. All right. I may even go out to Phoenix. You may see me at the parade butt ass naked or something. Something wild.
I was just about to say, bro, I'm a driving distance away from Phoenix. If them niggas win a chip, I'm going out there and partying that weekend. Because Phoenix been looking lit as fuck, bro.
It has been.
Like, just looking at the games, like watching the crowd, and then I know a couple people that live in Phoenix, bro. Like, them niggas is lit for the Suns.
They've been partying. I mean, I ain't gonna snitch, but I'm a snitch. Them motherfuckers been partying the whole pandemic. Them motherfuckers been living life. That shit look fun as fuck over there in Phoenix. I got a couple
having a good time.
Live over there now, and shit, bro. I'm like, God damn, I should have got pregnant over there.
Yeah, this nigga's stupid, boy. But they do look like they're having a good time. And with that being said, we're going to get into all of that in Bros Who Ball. We'll talk to y'all next Monday. Let's get into the song of the week right now. This episode of the Bros Who Think podcast was brought to you by the law offices of Lucretia Picante. If you need a lawyer, if you have not been paying your child support, if you got baby mama drama, whatever it may be, she can help you. You've been injured in a car accident? Call Lucretia. You got your baby mama not showing you your kids on the weekend? Call Lucretia. Whatever it may be, you need a divorce from your wife? Call Lucretia. Look, you can find the law office of Lucretia Picante at 124 West Washington Street, New Iberia, Louisiana, 70560, or you can call the number 337-374-1202. Again, any of your marital dispute issues, child support needs, baby mama drama, call Lucretia. But with that being said, let's get back to the song of the week.
Man, roll up that Zydeco, my brother. Let's go back to back like Vegeta doing a Kai Attack. Couple tops, bitch, I'm out the mud like an artifact. You can take some, bitch, you know this is a party. Killer, well, I'm killing you, I'm aiming where your heart is at. Bustin' on that bitch, she make it shoot like that bit automatic. She know I love that pussy, but she know I love the money more. Money on my fucking mind, I'm in money mode. Fuck her in my sugar rocket shirt, so it's face first. Ballin' on these bitches and I'm scoring like the Pacers. And my bitch is ballin' cause she fucking on our Lakers. She asking me to date her, so I had to see her later. And by later, I mean never. Bam, I'm on another level. Eating devil fruit, I'm better. Bitch, I'm dying for the treasure. Channel G is so settled. Fuck the reg, I'm a rebel. They don't want her, but these niggas gon' let us. Niggas gon' hate, but you can't let it stretch her. On that Zydeco pack, so you know I'm blowing pressure. My partner push the pack like he passing love letters. My bitch got that that water and she bad like Nessa. And I'm splashing in your bitch cause my beach way better. Bitch, I'm high and I'm twisted, got me spinning like propellers. I want it now cause we up next. We on the road, no time to text. Walk through the door, we breaking necks. You talking shit but won't respect. Bitch, you bold like some checks. Bitch, I'm saucing like a Mex. Bitch, who you trying to check? Put the guy to his neck. Yeah, cut throat canaver. Bitch, we moving like some lava. If I want it, then I'm copping. If you hating, then you dropping. Bitch, I feel like die. You ready to die? Cause I'm not stopping. I've been getting noggin since a nigga was watching Nog. Yeah, off that drink nodding, getting top while I'm sliding. Look inside my cup, what do you see? It's ultraviolet. Yeah, how you say you hate it if you never even tried? And you know I gotta eat it if I go raw up inside. And she got that super soaker, you would swear she was beside. And she got that super soaker, you would swear she was beside.
And if you're looking for me, I'm right here, I'm not hiding. Address me as your highness, fully signed, my bitch, I'm coming. Flip fly bands, nigga, why you both shining? Fuck the other side, they cross us and get violent. Rap ass niggas watch us like tsunami. Hide up, smoking on the wood like Hanami. With a baddie, she can whip your ass just like Maki. Either one, 5-4 or Jujutsu Kaisen. Riding with that yaba, see her up and I'ma slice one. Thought the crystal worth the crystal, how I came with sliders. Everything I touch turn to gold, guess I might as. All I know is hit, I'm gon' switch till my time's up. Rap cats mad as fuck, they wishing they could be like us. Underground, underworld gang, bitch, we next up. Used to be a lyrical miracle and got bored as fuck. Started doing what the fuck I wanted and got up my buck. Started having fun, living life, kept on fucking up. Thought I came up and ended up right back at square one. Got my hustle up, ran it up and got back where I was and then passed that up. Got a formula I'm sticking to, feel like Senku. Bitch, you been through. Kick the bitch out, tried to bring some MIDI through. Everything I touch, blow up, feel like getting through. New number one, nigga, feel like Izuku. Never number two, gang coming through. Mazaku Fuli, I'm demon mode like Mazaku. Demon my energy red aura when I shoot. I feel like she can cause it's in blood when I shoot.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and that was the song of the week. It's time for that segment of the Bros Who Think podcast called Bros Who Ball, where we break down everything sports related. Let me introduce our people who are with me this week for the panel, and then we'll get into the interview. We do have an interview because I promised y'all we would talk all things Pels coaching, the Athletics hit list, the hit piece that the Athletic put out about the Pelicans, Lonzo, what we should do with the 10th pick, all of that good stuff. I brought on Chris Connor of the Bird Rights, and we're going to get into that right after I introduce these guys. So joining me today, as always, my guy, you know, me and him basically do 2 podcasts together. This one and Bros Who Binge, my guy, Adam Schubert. Shuby, how you doing this week, brother?
Doing pretty well, man. I just not flew, but I, drove my way from the lake today, so
nice.
Getting some outdoors in. I've been
You've
outdoors.
Been really outdoorsing out a lot. Like, yeah, you've been outdoorsing a lot. What's up with that?
Yeah,
you just like it? Okay.
Just gotta do some things. I mean, I spent a weekend or a year indoors.
True. Low key. Speaking on this, I thought about going camping. Like, I thought about buying a tent. Like, I've been watching a lot of TikToks of people who camp, fish. Like, I just want to get a tent, some stuff to cook my stuff outside, and go somewhere where I can fish and wake up by a lake. But I realize that's all a pipe dream, because if I camp in Louisiana, it's just going to be mosquito-filled hell. And I'm just going to be so sad and then complain and make Curse want to leave. And then it'll just be a fight because I asked to go camping, and then I'd bitch out.
You got to take like a weekend trip to Tennessee or something. I feel like that's where you do some better camping down there.
Or like in Arkansas, because Arkansas has some cool little mountain area. Yeah, like if I'm going to do that, I have to get outside of Louisiana. But my big trip's going to be in November when we're going to have off for a week because I'm going to Disney World. I'm hyped.
You planning on winning something around then?
What you mean winning something, bro? What are you talking
about?
Well,
usually when people win, they go to Disney World. Never mind. It was a sports joke.
Yeah, corny ass Ian joke. Speaking of joining us, the editor of the Bros Who Think Network, he has a match coming up. I know we promo usually at the beginning, but he has a match coming up July 10th, Saturday, for one of the final spots in the summer extravaganza. He's taking on Christian Hollinger, whose interview is out, by the way. Talk mad shit about Ian. So, Ian, how are you doing, brother? You'll see that tomorrow.
I'm doing well, man. I'm not losing any sleep over opponents' interviews. I think I'll let my game do my talking for me.
Okay.
We are getting hot and humid up in here in Michigan. It feels like another day in Louisiana, to be quite honest with you. Out today, I had to turn my AC on for the first time this summer.
Lucky you, man. My AC's been on the whole fucking time.
Usually I can get away with just leaving the windows open, but today I finally caved because it was so humid after the storms yesterday.
I could never.
At least we're not the West.
Yeah, facts. I could never live like that. That's crazy. I'd die in Louisiana. But glad to have you on the pod, Ian. So with that being said, those are the guys joining me. Let's get into the interview with Chris Connor. And when we come back, we'll dive into all things playoffs and sports related. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I told y'all last week we weren't talking about the Pelicans. I was going to bring in a guest to get that done. We got that now. Let's bring in Chris Connor. Chris hold on. Let me tell him where you work at. Chris Connor of the Bird Rights. How you doing today, sir?
Man, as good as one can be, man. I don't have to like move or anything tomorrow, but nah, man. It's a pleasure to be on, man. I'm glad we finally linked up and made this happen.
Yeah, for real. Cause like we've talked on the radio station, but now like we can really like let loose because you know with radio station nonsense. But first off, let me ask you, what has been your just take on everything that's happened with the Pelicans this offseason, the summer, from the firing to Zion, the athletic report, to just the feel of the team going into the summer?
Well, you know, I think it's a team, it's an organization that, whether they want to admit it or not, they feel some sort of pressure. I think it's their young superstar applying some of that pressure as well. And, you know, it's continuing to point to what I think we already knew, that this offseason is critical for a lot of pieces and places involved. So, you know, I was told in regards to, for example, Stan Van Gundy being fired, you know, for example, I was told that, you know, Stan had kind of mended the fences with a couple of the players that reportedly had some issues with them, one being Brandon Ingram, and they were okay, similar to what B.I. said in his closing, in his exit interview, if you will. And yeah, I mean, apparently, you know, after that, you have a situation where, you know, I don't know what took place from that period of time to Stan's firing, but something happened to where, you know, the brain trust was just like, okay, you know what, we have to move in a different direction. There's something else. There's a different change that we're gonna have to make, and I don't think it's a coincidence that it's involving this offseason. And, you know, even dating back to last year, the end of last year, dating back to the beginning of this season, throughout the year, most of us knew that no matter what they did, if they would have made the play-in game this year, if they would have been a team that made the playoffs, for them to make a certain jump, for them to make certain type of moves this year, or this offseason, felt like it was going to happen. It just feels as if you just have added pressure on top of that already.
Yeah. So with that being said, how do you think we resolve the situation, and where do we start with? Do you believe it's roster? Do you believe it's with the coach? How do you feel we get to the right spot to where it's roses?
Well, I mean, look, I'm a firm believer that the players are the ones that, you know, end up 9 times out of 10, you know, making some of the adjustments that are going to decide where this team goes. And what I mean, maturity, some individual improvements, especially from your best 2 players defensively. Those things are very important. But then the last part of it to me is going to be the roster. You know, I don't think you can come back another season where you're starting anything close to Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams together with the rest of the guys that you have on the team. Coaching is definitely important, and surely there's some tweaks that could be made that would probably help the team. You know, I don't think you need to see a situation where they're starting out as slow as they did from a pace perspective. They finished the year, I think, in the top 10, but in the beginning of the year, they started off playing really slow, and it didn't seem to fit the guys that they had, or the lineups and the type of players that they were putting out there, their strengths, weaknesses, so on and so forth. but yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to improve the roster, man. I don't think the team is that far off from being a playoff team and beyond. I mean, we talked multiple times on your show. We talked multiple times on your show about them. What they surrendered 10 plus double-digit leads, ended up
in the fourth quarter,
losses for them. You know, that's a team that's not that far away. They need some extra seasoning to kind of put that all together. And whether that be a tweak here in regards to shipping out this player or that player or getting more optimal fits, that's going to be important. You know, coaching, I think, shines its best in the playoffs, which is where you see guys like Budenholzer under the microscope. And you see guys like Ty Lue getting optimum praise. Yep. Because 9 times out of 10, that's where you're able to see in series what coach is making an adjustment, what coach isn't, what coach is, you know, is seeing what's working, being crazy with certain type of moves and switches that they're making versus 82 games, man. And you got 30 teams that are playing. It's hard to keep up with every single small switch that guys are making unless it's a notable player that's being stripped of a certain role or rotation spot. You know, so it's gonna come down to these players, the leadership group in there, whether that's Brandon and Zion by itself or Brandon, Zion, and Lonzo, and whoever they continue to add around them this offseason.
Now, with that being said, before we get to Lonzo, let's stay on the coach just real quick. Who do you think is the guy that will inevitably be picked, and who are some of your favorites? Yeah, give us that. Give us your favorites, and who do you think they'll choose?
Well, you know, I'll be honest with you, Lynn. I mean, I'm not that guy that acts as if like I know you know, a whole bunch about these coaches. Like I can't you know, Jacques Vaughn, for example, right? The only thing that I have on, you know, his resume is what he did in the bubble last year as an intern coach and what he did years ago, you know, almost 10 years ago with Orlando, which, I mean, how much of that do you bring into what he's going to be asked to do today with New Orleans? I don't know. The only thing I have is the things that people say or that I've read about these coaches. You see nothing but great things being said about Charles. You see nothing with great things said about Jock. This team, this group, they need a people's person.
Yeah.
Period. Someone who knows how to communicate and deal with this era of, you know, athletes.
And we see that happening with Dallas. Like Dallas went through a similar situation with Luka, lost a championship coach who went to a team that's a little bit more, I wouldn't say older school, but there's not really a dominant young superstar really there. So I get what you're saying about a people's person. You got to connect with Brandon and Zion, and if you don't, it's not going to really work.
I mean, because look, man, I mean, you got a lot of AAU babies in the league, man. Like it's not, you know, some of these guys aren't used to being held accountable in the ways that, say, a coach of 20 years ago would in regards to yelling and screaming and, you know, flipping things and slamming things and, you know, constantly being on a person's case or, you know, talking to, or kind of coaching them through the media with certain comments. You know, you have to be a little bit more creative and smoother in the way that you get to these guys if you want them to, in my opinion, run through a wall for you.
Yep.
And, you know, sometimes that's what you saw with New Orleans, or, you know, some nights they come out energized and then other nights they just look like they look, you know, uninspired. I mean, so from what I've heard about Charles Lee and Jacques Vaughn, which in my opinion is really the two guys that will probably come down to, either or is fine with me. I'm of the mindset, man, Lynn, they could call you and have you coach from home right now, man. It doesn't matter if those guys, your
don't
best
perform.
Two players, they have to perform. They have to dedicate themselves defensively as leaders, getting everyone else on the same page. And David Griffin is going to have to make some timely changes to that starting to the roster in total. And I mean, like I said, it's small tweaks, man. They were a couple small injuries here and just countless meltdowns away from being a team that would have probably been in a play-in game situation. So again, they're not that far away. Couple tweaks here. Get in a coach that isn't close to fucking AARP eligibility.
Yeah.
You should be okay.
No, I'm with you. Because, it's true. I always said, even in the offseason before this, when you have Zion and Brandon Ingram and even Lonzo, to me, if you put the right things around it, that's better than what Memphis has to offer. That's better. At this point, I think we could compete with a Dallas with Kristaps Porzingis not playing. But it's like what you said. It's about the roster being right. You can't have Eric Bledsoe shooting game-winning threes or last-second threes. You can't have him in there. It's things like that. So let's start with Lonzo. Do you think they re-sign him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to come down to pressure, from some of the things that were said about, from Zion and Brandon and just the team in general, how often they went to bat for Zoe, or, how much of it is going to have to do with them genuinely believing in him continuing to take steps as a player. And he is a guy who's gotten better year in and year out. I go back and forth in regards to the price tag. What I would say is too much. What I wouldn't say is too much. Every day I'm different.
Same.
But I do think ultimately they find a way to get it done and they bring him back, because letting him go, I think it causes more problems than brings solutions. Like, you have to, what is the ultimate, and if they let him go and they say, all right, we're gonna go get Kyle Lowry, then okay, it makes sense.
And that's my thoughts exactly. Like, if you're not gonna bring him in, you got to bring somebody better than him in, because if you don't, they're gonna be upset.
Because you already know you have to replace your shooting guard position, okay? And one way or another, that's going to mean getting Bledsoe off the team. So you're going to have to find a way to do that. You keep Lonzo, you have him in a spot in which you can slide him into the role he was doing. He was playing last year and playing, being a shooting guard that can handle some point guard responsibilities. Or B, and maybe that means bringing in a more traditional point guard with him or next to him. Or, that means he's still going to play point guard, going to go back to doing a lot of the things that you saw him doing his first year, continuing to make individual improvements, hopefully with ball handling and, his ability as a penetrator. He improved at the free throw line, though maybe, you go that route and you bump up Nickeil Alexander-Walker into a full-time starting position. But we don't know how, the coach that, we don't know what the communication is going to be like between Griff and the next coach that's brought in and what they ultimately want. Do they still see Nickeil as a backup? I would want to run it. To me, it shouldn't have to be that difficult. Pay Lonzo, set your price. Maybe I'm not paying you over $23 million a year. Bring him back, bump up Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Figure out, if you feel as if you need to make a splash move and get someone a little bit more modern in today's game from the center position, do that. See how some of these other guys look, Jackson, Kira, and so on and so forth. But continue to add some veterans around the team. But whether or not you're replacing Lonzo, to me, it's hustling backwards. Yeah. And like I said, you already are going to have to get rid of Bledsoe. You could be looking at a situation where you're bringing in a completely new backcourt. And you already have two guys in Zion and Brandon who's going to take a lot of the ball handling responsibility, have the ball in their hands from a usage perspective anyway. Shouldn't be that difficult. I'd bring Lonzo back.
I'm with you. I agree with you 100%. I've been saying that for months now. So with that being said, since we both agree on that, I think the writing's on the wall about Josh Hart. Josh came to Twitter. We signed Najee Marshall, who kind of replaces the Josh role. I don't see him coming back. How do you feel about that?
Man, and look, man, I love Josh Hart. I'm a fan. I have a lot of people. Well, I won't say a lot, but a decent portion of my guys with the bird rights, and I've seen others that just don't find Josh Hart to be extremely valuable just because he's not a consistent shooter. He's streaky. That's really
he
what
does
it comes
the little
down
things.
To.
That's the flip to that.
You have to ask yourself how much in this league and with this team and roster and some of the like where they're at financially and some of the moves they're gonna have to make down the line. You're already paying Brandon a max deal. You could possibly pay Lonzo over $20 million a year. You hopefully are gonna have to extend Zion at some point. Then after that, involved in that, eventually is Jackson and Nikhil. You're gonna have to make extension decisions on. You got a lot of guys that are coming up right around the same time. So, how valuable is Josh Hart
in the grand scheme
when it comes in the grand scheme of things in regards to what he's probably gonna think he's worth? If Josh said, "I want $5 to $7 million a year," was no brainer. You bring him back. But that's not realistic.
That's not what he's gonna say. Yeah.
He's probably looking for $10 or plus $million a year. And I think somebody will pay him that because you at 26 years old, you're banking on the fact that okay, he gives me so much from an energy and a hustle standpoint. No, he's not. Ironically, at 6'4", the greatest thing he offers you on the floor outside of his energy and his intensity, communication, is rebounding, right? Yep. But he's good or average at a lot of other things. He can defend, but he's not a great defender because he doesn't have the quickness in short areas to be able to stay with some of the guys that he's normally has to be tasked with. But he's gonna fight through screens, he's gonna dive for loose balls, he's gonna give you everything he has. You want that in your locker room. But I also understand if you're shooting 33, 34% from deep, and you're not really great at anything else outside of rebounding, I can't pay you $10 million a year. You're already a tweener. Are you a 3? Are you a 2? I would love, in my heart, I would love to have no pun intended. I would love to have Josh Hart back, but as you mentioned, I think Najee Marshall made him. If he was already out the door, Najee Marshall completely stamped that with his play towards the end of the year.
Yeah, and it's a shame because, like you said, I like Josh Hart as well, but it's just there's too much at stake here for us to give Josh Hart 10 between, because I think he's gonna ask between 10 and 15, and there's no way you paying him 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and even like you said 10. So with that being said, we have the 10th pick in the draft. First off, do you think we keep the pick? Do you think we trade it? If we keep it, I'm liking a little Corey Kispert action. I've seen a little, I think his name is Moses Moody, liked his gameplay. And then I got Davion Mitchell in that third spot. I have Moody 1, Kispert 2, Davion Mitchell 3. If we keep it, where do you think we're going to end up going, whether that's trading the pick or picking a player?
Man, I have no idea. I think before, I think a lot can happen between now and draft night. Maybe there's a name that can possibly be acquired in which the Pelicans feel as if this is going to be the time to kind of push that chest that they talk about, that treasure chest of assets up, and maybe that 10th overall pick will be involved. If you are getting rid of Bledsoe's contract on draft night, is that 10th pick involved? I don't know. I am starting to think that they'll keep it only because it really feels as if those two names that you just named or that you brought up to the table, they would be amazing fits. And those would probably be the type of guys that New Orleans would try to acquire. And if you can get them on a rookie scale deal, you don't have to. You don't have to. Right. You don't have to pay extra. Right. Like a lot of New Orleans is in love with Duncan Robinson. I'm not. But if you can get someone that maybe can give you similar production and better in other areas, like Moody can, for example, I think probably be better inclined to taking them. Now, if they had other holes, if it was a situation where they needed a point guard or something like that, then I probably feel differently. But when you're talking about wings,
3-and-D guys,
3-and-D guys, 3-and-D capabilities, guys that can shoot. I mean, those guys are easier to fit, I think, on your roster and play day one in their roles than point guards are. A lot of times these young big men who have to mature, physically, mentally, and, and we're talking about their body. Look at Jackson Hayes. He still has some work to do with his body overall. But those wing players, you see them all the time come out every year. Sadiq Bey last year, just one off the top of my head in that range, right?
Mm-hmm.
That can come in and help your team right away. And if you can do it without having to pay any ridiculous amount of money, it's fine. If those two aren't there, then I think you got to look to trade the pick, or you trade down and look for guys later on in the draft.
100%. Well, man, as we get closer to some of these moves, when we make some more coaching decisions, we will definitely bring you back. Chris, tell the people they can follow you on social media.
You can follow me on Twitter at Impatient Bull. Constantly having fun, making jokes, talking, giving opinions, going back and forth with people, just having a good conversation, man. So that's pretty much where you can find me. Anything that I write, that I record, whether it's about music or it's sports related, I will definitely be on that. So Impatient Bull, check in with me.
Y'all make sure y'all go follow Chris, man. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate you coming on the show. And we definitely gonna bring you back, brother.
Anytime, man.
Want to say thank you to Chris Connor for coming on the show. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him at Impatient Bull. Now it's time to get into it with my guys, Shuby and Ian. So, I guess we'll talk coaching hires, since that's why Ian's on here, to talk to us about like Detroit and shit before we talk NBA playoffs. Oh yeah, no, they got the top pick in the draft lottery. That's what it was. I thought they got a coach. Okay, so yeah, Ian, how do you feel? Top draft pick, number 1. You got Dwayne Casey as your coach. You got Killian Hayes. You got Sadiq Bey. You got Jeremy Grant. A solid young core of 3, which you could add to with Jalen Suggs, Jalen Green, or the number 1 pick that everybody thinks, Cade Cunningham.
Personally, I'd prefer Cunningham. I think he's a guy that you can build a franchise around. I'm just not confident in the Pistons organization at all. I mean, really any Detroit sports organization for that matter, considering the city itself of all 4 major sports teams haven't won a playoff game since 2016. And we've had, a few number 1 picks here and there for the Pistons, but it hasn't been since the mid 80s. And really, I mean, there's nothing like, yes, we have some good young players, but without some veteran help, there's really not too much to get excited over with this team. I think they'll be middle of the pack next year.
See, let me convince
without some good veteran help.
Because I think if y'all get Cade, y'all are in a good space. Like, I think he is a franchise-changing player. I think Killian Hayes could be a quality number 2, potential all-star. I think Sadiq Bey's 3-and-D. Jeremy Grant's a solid veteran. If y'all pick up a veteran center and maybe like a couple veteran pieces, I'm not saying y'all make the playoffs, but y'all could be Charlotte of this year.
Yeah, I mean, but again, I mean, we're not really going to be making too much noise. I mean, the Charlotte of this year wasn't terribly great. Yes, they made the playoffs, and that's better than the Pistons can say. I just think it's going to take some major work. I mean, you talk about Killian Hayes, the guy doesn't shoot the ball very well. I mean, his free throw percentage was 82%, but he was 35% from the field and 27% from the 3-point line. So that's the guy you're talking about. Yeah, that's true. He didn't play as much as he could have, but only 26 games. But they need some inside presence. I mean, Jahlil Okafor is their only true center. And while he is a high percentage shooter, the second leading, shooting percentage on the team, from the floor. I mean, he's just a liability. They also have Mason Plumlee, who is, I think, would be a decent second.
Solid role.
And then and Isaiah Stewart is much the same. So without a big inside presence coming in, I think Cade Cunningham makes them better, offensively and probably defensively as well, if he can, keep up with the faster, smaller guys than him, because he is 6'8".
Yeah. The inside presence really makes more of an impact in the East, because if you got to think, if you're in the East, you're playing Giannis. You're playing Embiid, you're playing Giannis, you're playing Capella. Yeah, you're playing Bam. You're playing.
The Nets have any number of 6'11" to 7 footers that they can throw at you.
And see, I think that's something y'all look at in the offseason, but I'm going to be optimistic for y'all because honestly, I really like the core of Saddiq Bey and Killian Hayes with Cade Cunningham. I really think y'all go play this versatile offense to where Cade or Killian can bring it up. I think Killian's 6'5", 6'6". Saddiq Bey is like 6'6", 6'7". And Cade 6'8". Y'all are a very long athletic team. Throwing Jeremy Grant, that's a solid 4, Ian. That's better than and I know this is going to be effed up to say, the Grizzlies' young talent, Dylan Brooks is sketchy. Ja Morant's solid. I don't know what I get from Jaren Jackson. I'm just saying, what the Grizzlies face in the West is more daunting than the young teams y'all have to face. That's just how I feel. And maybe that's me valuing Cade Cunningham so high, even though I do think Jalen Suggs will be the best player of this draft. I just think y'all have something special building over there. Plus Dwayne Casey, which we know from the playoffs, coaching matters because we're seeing Bud get out coached. We saw him get out coached in the Nets. Now he's doing all right because his players are picking up, but we see what Ty Lue's doing. I think y'all are okay. Schubert, how you feel about the Pistons? I think they got a good situation building. I think they're going to be in the playoffs soon enough.
Well, I think it works out for them to be the number 1 pick because Cade Cunningham would really fit into their starting lineup because, he's an upgrade from Wade Ellington, hopefully.
Yeah.
And, besides him, Josh Jackson never turned out to be as good as he was. Dennis Smith Jr. was on the team, but never ended up being as good as he was. So, you really need that guard that you can really depend on to be the shooter. Killian Hayes will dish. So, that's
solid point guard, man.
He's your point guard. And now you're giving him another guard option so that he doesn't have to worry about having to have a big shot load. So, they have a lot of good things to build off of, but Ian's right, and an East that is really showing that your inside game matters. You're going to need to find somebody who's going to be able to go up against.
They have to make some moves in free agency. Don't get it twisted. I don't think they'll just come out the gate what they got, adding Cade Cunningham and be the Charlotte of this year.
But
I expect some roster improvements. I'm just saying the core's there, which is half the battle.
And when you have people like Josh Hart on Twitter being like, Josh Hart to the Pistons, and he'd be like, that's just not the kind of market that you're really hoping
it's okay.
These NBA players are going to
You don't want Josh Hart anyway, but that isn't good. That isn't good PR. But again, if y'all, let's say you don't get a big this year, but the Pistons look good at buyout deadline market, that's where y'all could maybe get a serviceable big to hold you over. But I think the core is there, which is half the battle. If y'all draft Cade Cunningham, y'all may go a different way. Y'all may trade down and be stupid. Ian, let me ask you this. How stupid is it if y'all don't draft Cade? I'm kind of in the ballpark, even though I think Jalen will have the best career out of everyone. I think y'all would have to be idiots not to take Cade Cunningham.
Absolutely. He's the best prospect in the draft. I don't think that the Pistons would be able to live with themselves if they, either draft him and trade him or
trade down. I heard they were going to trade the pick down. Yeah.
I don't understand what the value in that is. You already have a few second-round picks as it is. And like you say, that's true. If we get some kind of superstar presence out of it, then I guess I'd be okay with it if we kept most of those other guys that you named as the core. So barring some outlandish trade opportunity, I don't think the Pistons should trade this away. I think they should go ahead and take Cunningham and just play it safe. We've seen since 1986 or 7, I believe, was the last time they had a number 1 overall pick. So not too often that it comes around, unless you're just terribly bad consistently.
And you don't want to overthink it. You don't want to overthink it.
If you are the Pistons zone, you're thinking about it. If you trade it down to just one or two back and get Mobley, who's supposed to be, your big time
center, but then that still doesn't fill your number 1 scoring option.
Yeah,
because Mobley's not a scorer. Jeremy Grant really shouldn't be the number 1 scorer. Saddiq Bey shouldn't either. And Killian, I don't think is ready for that. I think Killian's just ready to be a starting point guard that can dish. I do think he has all-star potential, but we see with guards, it takes a little while to develop sometimes. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, we need somebody to score the ball in a hurry.
Yeah, y'all need a number 1 option. That's a fact. But Oh, you got anything else? Yeah, you can close out.
Well, our defense just needs a consistent shot blocker.
That's true.
That's all I was going to say.
That is true too. Now, the next interesting pick is obviously my Pelicans at number 10, but just for the sake of giving other teams a shot, Schubert, are you interested in any of the other picks before the Pelicans? There's Houston at 2, Cleveland at 3, Toronto at 4, Orlando.
Well, the first four we pretty much know it's going to be a mixture of Cunningham, Mobley, Green, Suggs.
Yeah.
So that's what's going to happen there. I'm seeing on the mock drafts that the guy from the Congo, Scotty Barnes, and Davian Mitchell are pretty much everyone's next three. And then after that, it's kind of a crapshoot. So.
Yep, and hopefully if Davion Mitchell can fall, that's good for the Pels. If not, I still have Moses Moody, who I think is the number one target for the Pels. Then Corey Kispert second. If you can't get a Moody, both those guys, wings, 3-and-D guys to add to this core that we have here. And like we talked about in the interview, like if they're gonna sign Lonzo, you add a guy like Moody to this with Zion, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo, solid core going forward. Get a good big man. Sky's the limit for the Pels with the new coach. However, did you see the report today, Shuby? I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but New Orleans is actively pursuing a trade for Damian Lillard to pair with Zion, trading Brandon Ingram, and some of the picks. Look, I've been pro BI, but if I could get Dame time in New Orleans,
it's a game changer. That's for sure.
I'm buying a Damian Lillard jersey the day the trade happens.
Do you want to give up Brandon Ingram just for Damian Lillard? I mean, Damian Lillard is not towards the end of his career, but in the latter half of his career, I would say.
See, Ian,
Brandon Ingram is just getting started.
I think Lillard's got 3-4 prime years left, and that's right. That's how those are the years you want to get Zion on board.
And see, that's the thing. It's such a hard situation because Zion wants to be in the playoffs now. If Dame is the number one option with Zion right now while he's growing, and you can make the playoffs, get Zion to be on board, you can then move Dame to a Chris Paul-esque role with Zion being the number one option, because I do think Dame has 4 to 5 more prime years before he gets into that Chris Paul stage of his career. So I think based upon what I'm hearing about Zion wanting to win now, and Dame's a culture shifter, someone that's like, okay, yeah, we put BI by you, Zion, but we're giving you Dame, the second best point guard in the league. Like, there's nothing better than that. And then you can trade Bledsoe, not sign money on Lonzo. If you do it, it just makes a lot of sense money-wise. It appeases Zion. Yes, it sorry, BI, sorry, Lonzo, but we're an instant playoff team.
But who do they get to replace that presence on the wing? I mean, who's their second option now to Lillard and the guards at all?
Guards, we're okay with Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Kyra Lewis Jr. We're okay on the guard front. It's the wings where we're dry. We only have Najee Marshall. We would have to do some roster.
I was speaking 1, 2, and 3. Sorry.
We would have to do some roster upheaval. That's the thing. And if they want the 10th pick,
somebody else.
If they want the 10th pick, then we'll trade for theirs. Kispert's a guy that could fall to that pick that they have. So, I mean, it's possible.
Some guys that are unrestricted free agents this year for guard, small forward, DeRozan, Oladipo, Hardaway Jr.
That's someone you take a chance on. That's someone if the Dame trade goes through, that's someone you take a chance on. Hardaway Jr., pluck him from Dallas and have a starting lineup of Dame, Hardaway Jr., Najee Marshall, Zion, and whichever center we can get.
Ian, your boy Denzel Valentine.
Ugh, gross.
he's had way too many injuries at this point. Don't trust that man.
Gross. Anybody else, Schubert, that's of note?
What on the unrestricted free agent market?
Mm-hmm.
Dinwiddie, Cameron Payne, who's had a really solid playoffs.
Both guys could be solid backups.
Danny Green's a little old.
Yeah, don't want no DG. No, sir.
Bring Etuan Moore back to the Pelicans.
Oh God, no. Keep Uncle Etuan in Phoenix. Jesus.
But that's about it.
Okay, so
old guys.
look,
Reggie Jackson's unrestricted, but I mean that's don't really need him.
If we can get Dame, I'm just telling you, Ian, I'm gonna go crazy. Pelicans to the playoffs. Pelicans a shot at the finals. I'm just saying, Dame and Zion. I believe. I believe. So we'll keep you guys up to date on that. Hopefully the coaching decision gets taken care of sooner rather than later. Dame got put in a shitty situation, man. I didn't know the Chauncey Billups stuff, and I was pro Chauncey Billups a week ago. Didn't know the whole rape allegation thing, and then Dame didn't know it either. Fans kind of got on him. I don't think that's his fault. I don't think the fans should get on him. But, they're going to say do your homework. But I don't think Dame paid attention.
He's not a lawyer. He's not actively investigating court records.
He's not the fucking owner. If anybody should get problems, it's the owner. You do your due diligence with hiring. I'm not supposed that's like if at my job I say, hey, my friend Schubert deserves a job, but they go and check the people don't do a background check. Whose fault is that? Me for saying my friend Schubert should get a job, or the fucking company that hired Schubert not knowing that he's a crazy guy? It's not my fault. Fuck.
Yeah, hire some lawyers, do a background check, maybe talk to some people in law enforcement if you got some connections, and figure out what's going on. I mean, that's not on the players. That's why they're not managers.
Also,
if you want to make them managers, pay them manager salaries.
Also, P.S. Schubert is a good hire. I just use that as an analogy.
Yeah. Who does Dame want as his coach?
Well, it's not that who he wants. It's that the fans are giving him pushback because they hired Chauncey Billups because he had a rape case against him.
Oh.
Like Jason Kidd in a similar situation. Or it might have been sexual assault. I don't know which one it was. I'm just trying to remember off of what I saw for Twitter.
It's kind of bad when your other two options that you were going to hire were women.
And that's the thing. The top people they had on the list were Jason Kidd and Chauncey Billups, and then they put two women as the other things. It's like,
Dawn Staley and Becky Hammond.
It just makes it seem like you only put them on there to cover up for the fact that you wanted to hire Jason Kidd and Chauncey Billups. I get how the optics look, but that's not Damian Lillard's fault. That's the owner's fault. So I'm sorry. Fans, y'all shouldn't be getting on Dame. It should be the owners, the GM, the people who hire these people. So, but hey, yeah. Dame said, I see how it is. Bet. He said big bet. So now you want to leave? Y'all forced him to leave? I see you. Dame, look, in New Orleans, you can have a party on Bourbon Street. I'll come and buy you beignets personally. I'll drive you around for a week if you want. I'll just be a hobo and live in my car, pay gas, and drive you around. We'll get the finest strippers on Bourbon Street to come through. Or if you got a wife, hey, we'll take you to Surge with Drew Brees, Dave and Buster's. Have a good time with you and your kids. Well, just kick it, man. We'll have a good time. Come to New Orleans, get you a hand grenade, and have a good time. I'm pro Dame to New Orleans. Where else do you want to go? Philly can't trade for you. Philly has Ben Simmons, but if I'm Portland, I'm taking Brandon Ingram over Ben Simmons. If I'm Dallas, I'm taking Brandon Ingram over Kristaps. Only team that I think can have a real option is the Thunder. But what are you gonna do? Trade Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? So they're scratched. Denver's the only team I'm scared of if they're willing to get rid of Jamal Murray. Now, if that happens, that trumps anything we can give. But if they're going to keep Murray, then I think we got the best. I think we got the best shot. I think people are being ridiculous saying the Knicks because I'm sorry, Schubert, y'all don't have anything that can beat our offer of Brandon Ingram in these picks.
Well, I think the Knicks are looking at Lonzo now.
I think y'all are. Y'all in the Celtics. I think that's the competition right now.
Yeah.
So,
Well, one other draft thing I want to say, though, is that the mock draft are saying that Davion Mitchell is going to go to the Warriors. Can you imagine what that would be like?
That'd be
Klay
huge.
Thompson comes back. Mitchell would be that solid 6th, 7th guy on that roster playing that Iguodala defense.
They passed up on LaMelo Ball. Mitchell's a good defender and scorer. That's something they could use. So, gonna have to keep an eye out. Now, there was a game tonight. Before we get to tonight's game, let's talk Phoenix Suns and Clippers because I believe that series is over. Phoenix is up 3-1. The next game is tomorrow night. Is it Phoenix in 5? That's kind of what I'm feeling. I feel like Chris Paul's getting it done. I feel like Chris Paul has too much going on with 3-1. It's time for him to break it, get to the finals. Devin Booker getting to the finals. I think DeAndre Ayton has been arguably the best player in the series. I think he earned his contract. I think he's showing why he's a number 1 pick. I really love Ayton. As great as Luka and Trey are, Ayton has been playing well. And for that team, I can finally say this. He was the right pick for the Suns. I understand the Suns could have got Trae Young. I understand the Suns could have got Luka. But for Devin Booker and his future with Mikal Bridges, Ayton is the right second option. Unlike Porzingis, he's showing up on defense and offense. Ayton's been great. And I said it all season. He was battle-tested in the playoffs against AD. He was battle-tested against Jokic. This is a cakewalk. He's facing Zubac. He went from AD to Jokic to Zubac. He's been killing. Schubert, what's your thoughts on this? Chris Paul making the finals? Is it time? 3-1?
I mean,
Paul George, is it over?
All I know is that if we run last week's tape, I said Suns in 5, and it's gone exactly the way I said.
You did.
I said the Suns would take their home wins. Ty Lue, Mr. Adjustment, come win game 3. Suns will win game 4, and they'll finish at home.
That's what it's looking like. Ian, how are you feeling about this? Are you a believer in the Clippers mojo? Like, can Paul George get it back?
Did you watch the end of that game?
Yeah, it was bad.
The Clippers deserve to lose that game. Mm-hmm. I mean, Paul George misses a free throw.
Boogie has a bonehead lapse of just throwing it against the backboard.
It looked like they were trying to lose that game. It looked like they wanted to go down 3-1 just to prove they could come back somehow. I mean,
people are going to cite the refs.
Kawhi Leonard.
But like,
oh, give me a break.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy the refs didn't make that call, because if they'd have made that call 2 times in a row, I'd have lost faith in basketball. Because the only reason why that call is made is because you're making it zooming 100 times in, freeze framing, when in reality, every time high school, college, anytime someone hits a deflection out of bounds, it's out on the defense.
Usually, yeah. I mean, 9 times out of 10.
So my thing is, I hate that call. I hate that call they made in game 2.
I think the instant replay leads to a lot of paralysis by analysis. You know, they look at it so many times they don't even know what's going on anymore. Very few instances do I think the replay actually provides something valuable. Do I think it's a good tool, and should they continue looking at things at the end of the game?
Of course.
Sure. But I don't think it's the, make or break that sometimes we take it to be. I mean, it really just let them play at the end of the game. Especially in a game like that where the Clippers are doing dumbass things like missing free throws, keep giving the ball back to Paul George, DeAndre Jordan's gaff. I mean, at that point, you've worn out your karma and you deserve to lose that game, in my opinion. So now they're going back to Phoenix. Barring some miracle, Kawhi Leonard will not be back. So
he's out already.
This series is over. Yeah, it's going to be Suns in 5. And, they'll wait the winner of Milwaukee and Atlanta.
And they're my favorites in the finals. They're my favorites. So, like Ian said, Zubac was gassed. Fucking Paul George was missing jumpers. But I'm not mad at Paul. I've been seeing people have been making jokes at him. Paul did his thing, man. He got him to this far. He's been playing really well without a secondary star. I'm not mad at him. I don't think the pandemic P name is necessary right now.
No, I mean, I think Paul George has been showing his worth a little bit. I mean, I think he's still a superstar caliber player.
I think he proved he's still a top 15 player. Like, I truly believe that. Before I did my top 40, I can tell you exactly where I have him. I did my top 40, and I think my top 40 is wrong. I think I need to redo it, and I'll do one with y'all. But my top 40, when I did it, let's see. I have Paul George at 19. I have Trae Young, Zion, Booker,
sounds about right.
Mitchell, Tatum, Beal, Kyrie, Dame, Giannis, Steph Curry, AD, LeBron, Jokic, Luka, Joel Embiid, James Harden, Kawhi, and KD all above him. But I think after this, maybe I rated Beal too high. Maybe Beal should be at 19. Paul George should be at 13.
I don't think Beal's had the opportunity to show that but I think he is probably better than Paul George at this point.
Maybe.
As a player, but like he just don't have the opportunity because he plays for trash team.
Leave. You want to stay there. Paul George took Donovan Mitchell out the playoffs with Mike Conley. Like, let's give Paul George his props. So, but I do think that series is over. Now tonight's game.
What's the conversation around the whole blowing up the Clippers deal? This is the second time they squandered this opportunity.
Oof. Kawhi might leave, man.
Leave again?
Kawhi might go to Golden State. Like, it's possible. What do you mean? That's where that's the rumor. The rumor has been Golden State and Miami.
Go to Miami.
I don't think he should go to Miami. Honestly, after seeing what Miami did this year, I'm trying to sell my Tyler Hero stock like it's fucking AMC. Like I'm late.
Well, I mean, it's gonna get to a point where I'm gonna start like questioning Steph's legacy if Steph is gonna keep getting all these dudes to come join his team.
Like, oh my God, give me a break.
I mean, I'm seriously like Steph has a good opportunity to show like,
how many championships did he have to get to by himself? Well, not by himself, but with him, Klay Thompson, and Draymond. How many did they go to before KD got there? Was it 4 or 5 in a row?
No, it was like 2.
They got an opportunity to run it back. That's what I'm just saying like a little while ago. Like they have a chance that they're gonna have a good enough team that they don't even need Kawhi Leonard.
But I'm just saying,
if he wants to be there.
Why don't we ever say that with Magic Johnson? Magic Johnson had James Worthy and Kareem, but no one ever says like, "Oh, Magic."
Have you watched?
Magic had too much talent.
Johnson's tape? Have you watched Magic Johnson's tape?
I have.
Magic Johnson is the best passer of all time.
For sure. I'm not hating on your guy. I forgot you're a Michigan State guy. I'm not hating on him.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Don't fucking be disrespectful to Magic Johnson in my presence.
He's still number 1 point guard in my opinion. I'm just saying Schubert can't say that about Steph when we have Larry Bird playing with Kevin McHale and fucking Robert Parrish.
He like those guys weren't on teams and had won championships elsewhere and just been like, oh yeah, you know what? Like, let me just join.
But it's
the Lakers or the Celtics.
I look at it different because that era was about GM wheeling and dealing. This is about players moving. It's just similar. It's just the GMs aren't wheeling and dealing. The players are in control of it.
But I mean, it hasn't happened yet, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
I don't even understand why this is an argument surrounding the NBA. Like, if you're the Golden State Warriors, for example, and you want to take Kawhi. And you have the money to take Kawhi, why would you not take Kawhi? Like Steph is over there saying, please God, let Kawhi come to the Golden State Warriors. I don't give a shit what the fans think of me if they think I'm an asshole.
Yeah, I'm trying to win a championship.
Because I want another easy championship.
And because KD, Kyrie, and James Harden are coming.
The better. They're still going to pay.
That's also a good point, Lyndon. Yeah, Lyndon, you make a good point there because the Nets already are kind of like this.
The Nets are coming. Like, people don't realize, like, I know we're having fun with this. Ooh, everybody's different. We got Trey, we got Booker, we got Embiid, like young guys taking over the league. I'm buying into the Kool-Aid. I talk about it all the time. But in the back of my mind, next year, the league will be in Schitt's Creek because if Kyrie's fully healthy, James Harden, if James Harden is in shape and in fully healthy with a healthy KD, there's no way they fucking lose. Like, what are we talking about?
It's amazing to me that they lost this year. I mean, if Blake Griffin gives them anything, what they got from him this past year, which is a different conversation.
Your man Blake Griffin, Kaiser Soze jaw, bro. He's straight up Kaiser Soze jaw. Do you know what that means? If you don't,
I have no idea what that means, but I think I understand the intention.
I don't want to say anymore. I'm scratching our running back poll.
Gigantic deal.
I'm scratching our running back poll. I'm letting you know right now. I'm scratching running back. We're not reviewing Steven Spielberg. We're not reviewing Paul Thomas Anderson. We are doing usual suspects. I'm not even putting a poll out. Like the fact that you don't know what Kaiser Soze mean, I have to stop this. I have to stop, not say anymore. We're going to review that. Schubert, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I let you down.
Good ass movie.
I failed the team on this one.
Well, I'm glad you don't know because I'm not going to say anymore because when you find out, you're going to be like, holy shit, that happened.
Well, and Spencer Dinwiddie is going to make a big difference for the Nets when he comes back as well.
If he comes back, because he might want more money. He might want more money because they can't pay him that much. So, but I mean,
if you're Spencer Dinwiddie and you leave the Nets to go somewhere else, you're a dumbass because you're giving away an opportunity to win.
Yeah, if he stays,
in my opinion,
if he stays, that's even more so why the Nets don't lose. So if I'm Kawhi and I'm looking at it, who can pay for me? Golden State, and I play with Steph and Klay and Draymond and Davion Mitchell pick and Andrew Wiggins? What?
That's what I'm saying. If you want to have a legitimate shot of beating the Nets, then you go to the Warriors. And if the Warriors can afford to pay you, all the better. I mean, if I'm Kawhi, I'm taking maybe a $10 million pay cut to go to the Warriors.
I'm doing that over one of Miami.
Win a championship, especially if Klay Thompson is back 100% healthy next year. That would be scary.
I'm doing that over Miami because I'm choosing Steph and Klay over Bam and Jimmy. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Circling back to like this year and things, like I think this was the last chance for the Clippers. I mean, I think they squandered it. I think it's over.
Yeah, it might be over. And then what if Paul George
the
leaves?
series isn't over yet, so I mean, we'll see what happens. But like
what if Paul George leave? Where could Paul George go? Like, I know people don't think about that, but if Paul George is smart, man, maybe go to Philly, Paul George. Like,
we'll take him in Detroit.
Oh no, he doesn't want to go back to Doc Rivers. No, I'm sorry, he does not want to go back to Doc Rivers. You know what? You know where Paul George should go? Dallas. Like, I feel like the Pelicans and Dallas are these two hotbed teams. I don't think Paul George would come to New Orleans. I'm not that nonsensical and fan biased, but I think
fix the wing problem.
I think Dallas. Now, if the Dame trade happens before Paul George's free agency, ask me that in a couple months if that trade happens. But as of today, I think Paul George should go to Dallas. I think that'd be huge, especially with Tim Hardaway as a free agent. You get a legitimate scorer. You don't like Kristaps Porzingis. You can try to get rid of him if the Clippers blow it up. I feel bad for Ballmer. Ballmer's about to be in the draft lottery. He paid a lot of money for this team and didn't get any results, you know. But I think he should keep Ty Lue as a coach because he's a good coach.
Yeah.
But if you're Ty Lue, do you want to stay there? Like,
I think at that point,
it depends on what else comes around.
Yeah.
True. All right, let's talk about tonight's game. The game that happened by the time you guys hear this yesterday. Hawks versus Bucks. The Bucks take a 2-1 lead. It looks like it's done for the Hawks. I picked Hawks in 7. Maybe I was drinking the Hawks Kool-Aid too much.
Well, I mean, hey, game 1.
Game 1, they won. Yeah.
I was sitting here thinking, I was like, oh, Justin was saying, being like, oh, the Hawks are going to win the series. I'm like, look at this, Justin. Game 1.
The issue is he has no true second option. Bogdanovich is crap in the bed. Bogdanovich is supposed to be his second option, and without Hunter there, he's missing a true second option because Danilo Gallinari is supposed to get 18 off the bench. John Collins is getting 13. Kevin Huerter is getting his 11. But if Lou Will's not playing well with Bogdanovich, there's no way they can do it. Like, Trae Young needs help. Trae Young's having to get 30 and 40 every night when he might need to get 40 and 50 to win. Like, let's not act like game 1 he didn't have 41 points. And the fact that the Bucks are figuring it out, Giannis got 33 and Middleton had 38. Like, Trae needs help, man. And Bogdanovich isn't giving it to him, and I think he's really missing DeAndre Hunter. And I think, to me, this is telling me that DeAndre Hunter is really their second option. It's not Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich just might be a role player. So, very interesting with this Hawks team. But again, I think they're playing with house money. Like, no matter how well they do, like, even if they went to the finals and lost, or if they lose out here, I think this is a win season for them. So, I just think it might be done with. I think the Bucks just might be too experienced, too strong for them to finish this out. Schubert, how do you feel about the rest of the series?
No, I completely agree with you. I mean, like, the Hawks to get as far as they've gotten at this point is already a win. So, you know, I think they're going to keep fighting hard. They may get one more because, you know, they just might. Trae might blow up one game. You know, Kevin Huerter might blow up one game. But, yeah, I think at this point they've kind of see what they need to do moving forward. And with the Bucks, I mean, they're in a win now situation. I mean, did you guys see that video where Giannis is like, I've gone through this, I've gone through that, I've gone through, you know, I've gone through missing free throws, I've gone through airballing in the fourth quarter. Like, you know, I mean, he's taken his licks. I mean, this is his opportunity to get to the finals, and I think he's going to get there. We'll just see what happens when it happens.
Yeah, when you face Chris Paul, who took his licks, I think Chris Paul and Devin Booker might beat out Giannis and them. I really believe that because I don't think Chris Paul, Ayton, and Booker are going to take it lying down. I'm picking them over the Bucks. I do not want the Bucks to win the championships. I'm so anti-Bucks this year. Gosh, I hate them. They took out the Nets. I was pro Nets. Ian, how do you feel about this series? Do you think the Hawks have a chance?
I wouldn't put it past Trae Young to have some spectacular performance one more time, but I don't think they win more than one more game. I think the Bucks take it in 6 at the most. And I would like to see the Bucks win, if only because Bryn Forbes is a Michigan State guy, and it would be cool to see him get a ring.
Nasty.
But other than that, I could care less who comes out of the East. I agree with you that I think
the Bucks
this,
for Bryn Forbes.
I mean, you gotta support the MSU guys. What do you want from me?
I know. I'm just giving you shit.
I don't think you can consider this a bad season or even an average season for the Hawks. I think this is a great season for them. There's absolutely no shame in going to the Eastern Conference Finals and losing to the Milwaukee Bucks. So I think, you know, whether they win another game or not, I think they can walk away with their heads held high.
And they need to give Nate McMillan a blank check and make him the full-time coach instead of interim.
Yes.
It's time.
Well, I think, like you say, I think they just need a viable second option for Young, and they're right back in it next year.
And I think they got one. So, I think DeAndre Hunter could be that. Maybe Cam Reddish. I think they have one there, and I don't think they need to stress about free agency. I actually think they've built this team the right way to where they'll be back next year if DeAndre Hunter is that true second option. And if Cam Reddish can step up, then they have 3 guys with Herter being a solid role player, or maybe Herter steps up. But I think whoever is the next option is in that building. So I like what the Hawks got. Schubert, is there anything else we got to talk about besides that? I think we covered about how we feel about the rest of these 2 series going. Is that everything? I mean, no football news really.
No football news.
Tom Brady said his career is winding down, but hey, what else?
On the
shot, water's still wet.
Yeah,
that's about it. Yeah,
I mean, we're still waiting to see what happens if Aaron Rodgers gets moved. It's probably not going to happen.
The Olympic basketball team got announced. I think it's like Dame, Draymond, Kevin Love, Clay Thompson, Middleton, Drew Holiday, KD, Booker if he doesn't make it to the finals, Beal, Tatum, and I think there might be like a couple other guys, but that might be it. That's just me going off of memory. We should win, I think it'll be more difficult though because we got to face the Lukas, the Jokic's, the Giannis's, but I think we should still win.
Yeah, probably so.
Should. Also, shout out Sha'Carri Richardson winning the track stuff. Shout out to you, girl, kicking ass. How's hockey looking, Shuby? What's the updates? Who you pulling for? Watching because the Penguins are out.
Well, it's Tampa and
the Canadians.
Crap. The Canadians, and what's really cool about that is the Canadians were pretty. It's like,
is it some real Mighty Ducks shit under?
Well, no, I mean, no. The Canadians before we were born, they were the dominant hockey team. They won all the championships. It was like the Boston or like UCLA early on, where like they.
And aren't they retiring a legendary stadium too?
I wouldn't know that, but like they've won like 11 championships or something like that. I mean, like they're just the dominant NHL team, but they haven't been here in a very, very, very I think since 1993. So it's it's cool to have them back in the hunt, and especially since it was so difficult with Canada and U.S. going up back, with travel because of COVID. And like now they're, with the playoffs, they got to travel and face each other. So Canada versus U.S. is kind of the battle of last year's champions against the team who has the historic legacy. So it's interesting, but I mean,
you ain't been paying attention. I got you. Okay. That's pretty much it then. Yeah. So I'll start off with Ian. Yeah. So now you guys know, run it back. It's gonna be usual suspects. Ian just chose that for us. I'm dead ass. And we're gonna get that to you soon. I gotta move first. But Ian, tell the people they can follow you on social media.
You can find me on Twitter at IanBWT. You can follow me on Instagram at IanHawley12. And you can find a link to my music in both of those places.
Y'all make sure I'll go check out Ian's music and give him a follow. Schubert, tell the people where they can follow you out on social media. What are we doing this week for Bros Who Binge? I'm excited to talk Bachelorette because I'm ready to watch this episode on Monday. I'm hype.
Yeah, it should be interesting because what's his face? Blake from the other season should be showing up. But yeah, we'll talk about that at the very end. But
yeah, that's for diehards. That's for
people who want to stay to the very end. But
our trash talk fans.
For all the people who want to check out Bros Who Binge this week, we'll definitely be talking about Loki and Dave. But other than that, I mean, we'll just wait and see what news pops up. But we got some trailers. Halloween Kills trailer I'm excited to talk to you about. It looks pretty fire.
Did you watch? Are you going to watch Fast? Like, should I go watch Fast?
I'm not going to watch Fast. So. I've only watched 2 of the Fast and Furious movies. So like, what if I'm watching Fast 9 to be like, what the heck is all this?
I would lie to the fans and tell them I'll have a chance to go watch it, but between tomorrow moving and my birthday, having to eat birthday dinner with my girlfriend, that's not gonna happen. So maybe Fast will be reviewed in 2 weeks. I'll try to watch it.
I mean, I'm not watching it like at all. So
I'll watch it to tell the people like how trash that franchise is. I gotta go see what Tyrese Gibson is doing again. Bow Wow, Tokyo Drift. They're going to space. I gotta go see those dudes go to space. I got to.
You have to. That's absolutely something that you need to see.
Because I have to make fun of it, Ian. Like, I am anti-Fast and the Furious, anti-Transformers. I think those are horrible franchises. However, I do think Transformers is changing. I think Michael Bay Transformers is ass. But I'm so anti-Fast and the Furious that the fans of Bros Who Binge expect me to shit on it. There's a war in the Discord. Like, Luis, Damo, fucking so many of them love Fast and the Furious. I'm just like, bro, y'all like that shit is asshole.
Lyndon, you're telling me you don't like Family? That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I do not like Family.
Not a big family values guy. That's what we're getting from this.
No, sir. Yeah. No, sir. But Schubert, we're almost to Black Widow. We're definitely gonna be reviewing that. We're counting down the days. We're almost there.
Oh yeah. My girlfriend's got the hookup. She works at the McWayne Science Center in Birmingham. So like that.
Nice.
They have an IMAX theater or whatever, and so I'm gonna go watch Black Widow in the IMAX theater on the cheap.
That's lit. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely try to go to Black Widow on the 9th because on the 10th we got this man taking on Christian Hollinger. I need to do his interview at some point this week for you guys to hear from. But Christian Hollinger's giving him that heat. That's out tomorrow for you guys to hear. The match is July 10th. It's gonna be at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, live on twitch.tv. This is for one of the final spots in the summer extravaganza for the belt. Ian, as an underdog, I'm gonna just ask you this now. I'll probably clip this. This might be your interview. I don't know. We may give you your own. I don't know. We'll talk about it. How do you feel?
Pushing me to the side like that?
How do you feel about having to take one of the harder roads where you have to win this match to get in, and then you have to win round 1 of the tournament, round 2 of whoever wins, and then you finally face me 4 matches to get the belt? How do you feel about this road? Are you ready coming out of the losers bracket? I feel like you're an underdog, and I feel like the fans feel you're an underdog. How do you feel?
I mean, I feel that, no pain, no gain, as they say. I think the title would mean that much more given the road I would have to take to get there.
Facts.
So I'm not afraid of the challenge. You just take the questions as they come. That's really all you can do.
All right, bet. We'll do your interview because I'm gonna get you to talk shit on Christian when I by myself because I do my ways. But Shuby, man, we're almost there. Summer extravaganza. I'm hyped. I wanted a tester match before the champion. I don't know if I'm gonna get that now. I feel like I'm gonna just be going into it. That's okay. I'm ready.
Well, cry me a river over there.
Maybe we'll get an opportunity to practice at the live events.
Ooh, that'd be lit. That would be lit. Speaking of, we're gonna drop the tour date soon. Just waiting on some confirmations, but you'll be seeing Anime Talking Bros Who Binge live soon enough. But that's all we got this week for Chris Connor, for Ian, for Schubert, for Brooklyn, for Doom. Justin was not on this week, but shout out to my guy Justin. You guys have a good one. We'll talk to you next Monday. Until then, peace.